Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot make your email response time faster. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you find space for your 3 desk drinks. Why do you have 3? And while we can't help you find the perfect volume for your presentation video, LinkedIn can help you find the perfect audience for your business. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The spring sale is in bloom at Scandinavian Designs. For a limited time, enjoy huge savings on select modern furniture and decor, including pieces for your living room, bedroom, dining room, and beyond. This is your chance to refresh a favorite space or dream up an entirely new look. Stop by one of our local showrooms or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple. You make it home.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Amadrock, for the cap. Really appreciate that. Some other goodies. Thanks. By the way, you know how Amadrock got his name? You know, you say Midrock, I say Amadrock.
Right.
It's his last name backwards. That's how he got his name, and thank you.
Yeah.
And I guess he had an issue. He brought some baseballs for Kyle Ledbetter and I, because Kyle's from San Diego, and I tend to root for Los Padres. And I guess he had trouble getting them through TSA. It's like, hey, what are these? Hey. Baseball.
Really?
Because it had an SD on it. As you know, Alan, if you have a baseball with a Padre logo on it, it might as well be an explosive with that team's power.
Well, that's one way to put it. But it also could mean, you don't want, it could be a choking hazard as well.
Yeah, but they didn't say that. That's not what they were afraid of.
Okay, well, we'll see this year.
Are you familiar with the team Boat Raced? Oh, they got Boat Raced.
Yes.
Do you know what it comes from? I didn't know until fairly recently.
I know the term.
It's from rowing, and it goes back to 1829, and I think it was like Cambridge against Oxford. And in the Thames River, when you have a boat race there, and they still have them, the idea is to get to where the current is strongest.
Okay.
You start, once your boat gets to the current where it's strongest, you're gone. You can't be caught. So it's like, boat raced. That's where that term comes from. And it's over sometimes like that.
Right.
Last night, the Kings got boat raced. That was a classic example.
Yeah.
Just start to finish. Never had a chance. Spurs got in the swiftest current, and good night.
Right. That was a game where you just look like it's a different class. It just looked like it was a different class.
And let's face it, it was.
And it looked like that last time they played the Spurs, and once again, Dylan Harper didn't have to finish with the rest of the young guys. It got out of hand early. Wemby versus Maxime. I don't know. A lot of people are going to say, well, look what Maxime did against Wemby. I don't know, Whitey. We'll get into it a little bit more, but as much as I was on the train, I'm still on the Maxime train. But specifically last night, didn't do anything for me, and we'll talk about some of the reasons why, just because a game like that's not competitive at all. I thought for a second, the Spurs might get to 200. It was actually a possibility. This is what we're talking about with Eric Spoelstra and the Heat. Is it possible, Whitey, could they have gone for, I know the ABA and the NBA back in the day. I think the Spurs, the same way Bam decided to go for a record, I think the Spurs could have gone for whatever the highest point total is in basketball, I think the Spurs could have gone for that if they wanted to. There was just no defense last night.
Yeah,
0.
39 in the first quarter, 39 in the second quarter, 34 in the third quarter. They finished with 20 in the fourth quarter, 132. They didn't really extend themselves, and yet they shot 51.6% from the floor and 51% from three. I did have the thought before the game yesterday, the way the Kings have been playing youngsters and haven't been defending very well. I did think, wow, if Wemby wanted to, he could really make a point tonight. Didn't need to. He played 22 minutes, and that's not what they're about right now. Their minutes were evenly distributed. But, yeah, you're right. The Spurs just barely broke a sweat, and nice return for De'Aaron Fox, but not a lot of drama last night.
No, not a lot of drama because, he won, right? He won. We
Nothing like the
show.
drama that we had in here, pardon me, Al, but moments ago where Alan's getting ready to start his show. He's a professional. He gets the microphone, and he's looking. He's like, what? There's a bag of peas there?
Snap peas?
Snap peas. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was going to flip the spread if he could have.
I don't know what the midday. They're always snacking. They're the most snacky show I've ever seen. They got this community vegetable platter every day. And that's fine. You want to have a community vegetable platter, but please take your platter when your show is over.
I know you had a sandwich, so I thought, he's got some kind of greens.
We had
look, you gave those snap peas.
Well, there's always something. There's the veggie fries. Great for them for being healthy, but there's the veggie fries, the snap peas. There's always something going on.
They're nice enough to share them with us.
I didn't ask for that. No, thank you. It's not sharing. That is funny though, because that's a sibling thing for sure, right? I don't want to put this away, so I'm just gonna leave it out. I thought my little sister wanted it. You not hungry? My bad. Your mom gets in trouble. You get in trouble. Who left these out? Well, I thought she wanted them. That's what it is. We're just gonna leave out the peas, and then we're gonna leave, and then Dave and Jason are gonna come in and say, "Who left these snap peas?"
Right.
Oh well, we thought Alan and Whitey wanted them. I will tell you if I want snap peas. Then ask me. Dang it.
I wasn't as angry as you, but I 100% support you.
No, well, then I ran down.
I know. Hey, whose peas are these? That's not going to get them far. But it looks like
I opened the door.
You had better luck finding the people whose peas it was than you did finding the guy that kicked your door.
Well, I didn't get a chance to chase him down. That was the problem. Because, Whitey, I'm feeling fast these days. So if that little bugger comes back, it's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm. So whose peas were they?
I don't know. Three of them were talking, and I said, hey, take these peas. And I just closed the door. We got a show to do.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, Russ climbing up the all-time assist charts, as you predicted he would when you looked at the numbers going in.
Yes, and not only did he eclipse it, he shattered it. 10 assists, 8 of them to Maxime Reynaud, and he got it done. Mm-hmm. It looked like he wanted to get it done. It looked like the team, I'll say it like that, looked like the team wanted to get it done. Russ gets assists anyway, so, it's not as obvious as you would say, when somebody's, give me that rebound or whatever it is, because that's just how Russ has been going about it, feeding Maxime. So we knew he was going to get it, and he got it.
Now, as far as the Tankathon goes, last night was a decent night for the Kings because at 18-52 now, they're percentage points behind Brooklyn, but technically here, they're 2.5 games out of worst place. So it goes Indiana, Washington, Brooklyn, Sacramento. It's really close there, separated by 0.07 of a percentage point. So they're in a virtual tie for third worst with Brooklyn coming up this weekend.
And
they're in good position still, despite it all.
Right. And again, this is where things get a little bit fascinating because the Kings got their doors blown off. Russ did not eclipse 30 minutes, and DeMar did not eclipse 20 minutes. Now, what does that look like? Carmichael Dave had some things to say or some questions to ask about what that might look like. You can check out his social media for that one on Twitter. But what does this look like against the Nets? Mm-hmm. Because it's interesting how the Kings are going about it right now. They get their doors blown off against a good team, right? Too far gone to say revenge game for DeMar. We do it with Russ. I know they got their doors blown off, but DeMar playing 17 minutes. This is the type of stuff we're talking about. If DeMar gets 17 minutes against a game that you're going to lose anyway, then I don't know why he needs to get 30 minutes against the Nets. I don't know why he needed to get 4. I know it was 8 people, but I don't know why he needed to get 30 whatever minutes against the Jazz. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
It did. Yeah, I'm with you. It did cross my mind that, wait a minute, you're playing the veterans more against the lesser teams, and then you're going to sit them against the good teams that you probably couldn't beat anyway.
Right.
I think that's backwards.
I think that's very backwards.
Yeah. But, I mean, from the team that invented reverse tanking, I don't know. Hopefully last night provided something of a blueprint for what it's going to look like going forward. I'm still hoping against hope that that's the plan, Alan.
Yeah.
Willing to forgive and forget this win or that win. If this is what they look like going forward, you got those 2 crucial games, reverse crucial games against the Nets coming up.
I'll tell you this much. I just want to take a second to talk about the ambiance in there, Whitey, because like I said, I haven't been to a game in a while. I don't know what has happened to Golden 1. I understand yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. So we saw a bunch of Celtics jerseys. We get all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that a bunch of people were leaving California going to Texas, not the other way around. The amount of Spurs jerseys were insane. And not only Spurs jerseys, they were just random jerseys. Bulls jerseys, Clippers. I saw a dude rocking a Wizards jersey. What has happened?
Well, I think we know what's happened.
What has happened? I don't know, because I haven't heard anybody, the attendance is whatever, right? The attendance is, we can go back and forth on that. But just even the fans that are showing up, Whitey, it dang near felt not as bad, but in a way, you go to River Cats game, right? And people are wearing River Cats stuff, but then I'm going to wear my, it's a River Cats game. I'm going to wear well, not Giants because they're connected. I'm going to wear my White Sox jersey because I live in Sacramento, but I want to check it out. I'm wearing my Phillies jersey. That's what it felt like. And the Spurs jerseys, oh my goodness. I know there's a double agent calling right now or listening right now. I need you to stand on business. Did you leave the Kings to be a Spurs fan? Did you go to the Riverwalk with De'Aaron and Harrison Barnes? Because I've been here for however many years. Spurs been in town multiple times. Those were some crispy jerseys, Jay. The crispiness of the jerseys. Well, I didn't see a lot of Manu Ginobili. I didn't see a lot of Tony Parquet.
Well, your fan base is starting to look around.
I'm looking around
see what
thinking,
else is out there.
Wow, I didn't know this was such a hub from San Antonio. I didn't know this was a pipeline from San Antonio.
Can you blame them?
I'm not blaming them. I just want them to be honest. I just want them to be honest.
What are they
Did
supposed
you
to
leave?
before they buy jerseys?
I want them to get on their
supposed to report to you or
on their
something?
Kyle Ledbetter hype, right? Well, I left the Chargers to be a Chief fan. Well, I left the Kings to be a Spurs fan because that was crazy last night. And everybody wanted to bag on. And this has always been my stance, Whitey, when it happened with the Warriors. Whoa, Warriors. No, there's hardcore fans. And when you get good, there's bandwagon fans. I'm not calling Kyle a Chiefs bandwagon fan. Technically San Diego left or the Chargers left, so it's a little bit different. But the Chiefs have more fans. But that was insane last night. I saw some people, I saw a couple buddies and, we're walking in together and they, whoa, where are we? Where are we?
I do think to a degree that's a Sacramento thing. And I know you don't normally see it. Well, you never see it when the Kings are playing well. But if you go out to Sutter Health Park or went out last year when the A's are in town, and some of it's because Sacramento hasn't really had a baseball team. The Giants are the team. You see a lot of people supporting the other teams.
You do. And I will say this.
The freaking Rangers.
Yeah, I'll dial it back on the River Cats point, and I'll just use the A's because I think that's a great example, which still probably hurts a Kings fan's heart because you go to an A's game. I went to A's Phillies because I had to see what, Bryce Harper was up to. He did hit a home run last night, even though Team USA lost. And yeah, you'll see A's jerseys, don't get me wrong, but then you'll see somebody, hey, yeah, I'm just in from Toronto, and I'm going to see a game, or I moved from Toronto and all of a sudden I just want to go see some baseball. It did not feel like the Kings games of old that I'm used to seeing. And it's not about the attendance size per se, but the people that were there. I've never seen that array of different jerseys, Whitey. When I saw the Wizards jersey, I almost had to leave because I'm thinking, well, hold on now.
Who was it? Do you know?
I don't even know. But it was the red with the blue stripe.
Okay.
So it was pretty interesting. Pretty fascinating situation.
The Kings are not the strongest brand right now. And that's part of what Scott Perry's doing. And other teams, now the Wizards, I got nothing for somebody wearing a Wizards jersey.
Yeah.
That
Bulls,
doesn't make sense.
Wizards, they're all out. They're all out. I'm thinking, okay, the Celtics jersey, I get, St. Patty's Day. But the other jerseys.
The Heat come out, there's a ton of people that wear Heat jerseys when the Miami's here.
And I like that you brought that up because now if the Heat, I know they're always in the playoff hunt, but if the Heat get good or even better next season, they're a 2 seed, and we see a bunch of Heat jerseys, that's not surprising to me. I've never seen that many Spurs jerseys. I have not.
Well, they're not a surprise team anymore. They're a legit contender.
Yeah. So I need to figure out, were you always Spurs fans and you just had your jersey in the closet?
De'Aaron. Like you said, we followed De'Aaron to the Alamo City.
Kimberly says a lot of her, we were talking about the face of the league, a lot of her nieces and nephews are Wemby fans. Yeah. I also think maybe a lot of those Wemby fans were also Warriors fans like 2 years ago. I'm going to just keep it a stack. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I think a lot of these Wemby, now we were Warrior fans. We're Steph fans. Now we're Wemby fans. You're just face of the league fans. And that's fine. But I was flabbergasted last night.
In an era where players change teams, I know if a fan does that, you're considered a bad fan. And you want to support your local team, but kind of makes sense for fans to change their teams more often, especially in an era where players do and teams aren't necessarily trying to win.
Yeah. I hear you. The Wizards
I know
one was
old
crazy.
school's like, it's shameful. You should always support your team. Well, you could, if you're a fan of some of these teams like Utah, the team doesn't even support their own team.
Right. Not right now. But can you come back, though? Can you boomerang? Like, let's say Spurs.
I would have a problem with it. It sounds like you.
Well, I wonder, though, if you say there are Wemby fans out there, as Kimberly mentioned, I wonder, does that mean, let's say Wemby leaves for Miami? Are you now Wemby? Is this a LeBron thing where you're not a fan of the Spurs, you're a fan of Wemby? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think people don't really determine that. I think sometimes, I know with myself, sometimes there's a game on, I'm going to root for so-and-so. And then you find that, I'm not. What I mean is sometimes I don't know that it's a conscious choice. Like, okay, I root for the Spurs. Some of the fans you're hearing from. Wemby's on the Spurs. Wemby leaves. I'm still going to be a Wemby fan. Well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. You just don't know which way your heart's going to go.
Hey, which way? Somebody said, Nerdy Turtle says, are you sure that wasn't a Westbrook Wizards jersey? Very possible. I did see an OKC Westbrook jersey. That makes a lot of sense, Nerdy Turtle. But he never played on the Bulls.
You should have seen all the Westbrook and Durant jerseys and all the other jerseys when OKC would come in here in the old building.
A lot of fans.
Yeah, when they were really on the rise.
A lot of fans. And, when you talk about having that star, the Kings don't really have that right now unless you're counting Westbrook, who, of course, is, on the other side of his career. But my take, Whitey, has always been this on bandwagon fans. I don't necessarily care if you're a bandwagon fan as long as you stay, right? If you didn't have a fandom or if you leave, you almost get, it's like a transfer portal. You get one, in my opinion. So this person, I have this example. This is my good friend of my wife's, right? And she never followed football, ever followed football. She saw the Chiefs doing their thing. Whitey, 2-3 years later, she's a diehard Chiefs fan. She's gone to Vegas to watch them play the Raiders. She's gone to Kansas City to watch them play at home. I don't have a problem with that because, hey, this is, she's in her 20s and she decided, I really like Mahomes. I want to follow the Chiefs. You can do that because she didn't have any fandom prior to. But once Mahomes retires or the Chiefs fall off a cliff, and let's say the Niners are doing their thing because you live in the Bay Area, you can't leave. That's my thing. I don't care when you join. I don't care where you join.
That's old school. I've learned to be more accepting of that. I was brought up, I don't know if your parents were, it sounds like maybe they were. We used to go to a baseball game, you stay till the end. I remember we went to a doubleheader, the A's and the Orioles once, and I think it was like 9 innings and 16 innings. Like, we're staying because we came for the game. We're staying for the whole game, and we had school the next day, and there was nowhere to eat because it was all closed. We got home. But you stay until the game is over, and you root for a team, and that's your team. And so growing up that way, I've always kind of looked down my nose at fans that are more fair weather fans, bandwagon, however you want to put it. But I've realized as I've gotten older, fine, you do you. It's not how I was brought up, but it's really not that important, Alan. Right. Do whatever you need to do to enjoy the experience, especially given how much money it costs now.
Well, I hear you. And look, my whole thing is I don't tell fans how to fan. Right?
Oh, you're very close.
But no. That's within their teams. When you team jumping, I'll police that. But I don't police how fans react to their team.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the fan portal, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, I'll meet you halfway. There are certain activities you cannot engage in if you're a fair weather fan.
Right.
Like if you're, I don't know if you know anybody who's like a fan of like 4 football teams or anything like that. But if you're, or if you're a fair weather fan or a bandwagon jumper, and we're talking about this team against that team, you can't trash talk.
No.
You do not have that privilege. You have not earned that right.
Yes.
When, 2 weeks ago, you didn't even know who was on the team.
Yes.
So just, I mean, you do you and have fun, but don't bring that in here.
Yeah.
Don't bring that weak bleep in here.
I hear you on that one. My separation is bandwagon is you either left a team for another team or you weren't into something and now you are, right? A bunch of Steph Curry fans now, the Warriors, your team or your local team is good and now you are, right? Like my barber, for example, he said, I haven't watched the Kings since the Beam Team season. He was never a huge fan, but they were good that season, so we watched. I don't mind. The bandwagon is a problem. Fair weather fan, I don't have a problem with. If your team stinks and you got stuff to do in your life, I don't care if you don't pay attention, if you stop paying attention to the Kings now, and then next season, when they're good again, you decide that you're going to pay attention. Fair weather is fine because you're still there. You're like a volcano. You're dormant. Bandwagon? No, we can't mess with the hop along, hop on, pop. We can't do that.
What do you think of Mile High here in the chat? I know I'm leaving for the Pacers after this horrendous season. He's got it all planned out.
Well, then don't come back. You get one. You get one. So these Wemby fans, the De'Aaron Fox jerseys, don't come back. And maybe they're thinking, we won't.
Yeah.
We won't.
And there is a growing sentiment here in the chat that that might have been Westbrook Wizards jersey that you saw because some of his fans wear his different jerseys.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few to choose from.
But like I said, he didn't play for the Bulls. So I definitely saw a Bulls jersey. He did not play for the Bulls.
Could have been DeMar. Could have been Levine.
You know what?
Could have been Kevin Huerter.
Now, maybe we're just a collection.
Randy
it's like
Brown.
The Thanos. It's the Thanos gems. Everybody is just collecting different jerseys. Somebody, Whitey, on the 925, shout out 925. I was there last night. The sound of the crowd for the Spurs was just as loud as the crowd for the Kings. It was pretty crazy. It was. And they gave him a lot to cheer about.
Yeah.
I mean, Wemby, it looked like, and I said this to my buddy, it looked like, and I don't know, Whitey, your daughters might get this reference. It reminded me when Hey Arnold, his buddies had to play the 5th graders. And the 5th graders just handled them. That's what Wemby looked like last night. It looked like he was playing he was in 5th grade playing some 4th graders. I mean, he was just toying with them. I don't need to play anymore.
I didn't hear what you said after that insult.
Whitey, when I assume you know something, you don't know it. When I don't assume you know something, you know it. I think you're just toying with me.
Don't assume. Then don't assume.
If I said
that's the lesson
Whitey, Hey Arnold reference, and then you just stare at me.
Hey Arnold!
Like when you bring up
football head.
Like when you bring up Peg Leg Murphy from, the 40s.
No, he played much earlier.
Oh, okay.
This whole thing, by the way, with Allen, and I can't believe these bandwagon fans. The whole thing is Allen realizes he said something he shouldn't have said about Maxime Renaud, and now it's just a massive effort to distract us from him saying, yeah, Maxime last night,
No. That's how I feel.
He doesn't want us to deal with that, so he's creating this
No, we're
going
to get to it. No, you want to get to it now? We're going to get to it.
It sounds like something we may have to address a number of times on the program.
Last night specifically, It just felt off. It felt like this game is so out of reach.
Yeah, so true. Christopher Laud.
Oh, no.
Hearing a lot of rules being made from the Bay Area guy.
Whoa.
Jay nodded to that.
No. This is business. This is a job. This is a career. That's completely different, Chris Verlade, if you live in Sacramento. And speaking of, don't get me started with Chris Verlade. Oh, you live in Natomas. You don't really live in Sacramento. Don't start with me, Chris.
He doesn't sound that way, by the way.
I got plenty of ammo today, Chris. So don't start with me. Okay? And Jay, what are you nodding your head about? Jay, you know what it is. We chase the paper, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. We in this together.
Sound like that, Jay kind of.
No, that Jay didn't nod.
I
know
only
he didn't
saw
nod.
him. I don't know. Maybe
Jay
he's
nod.
got a lot of things going on in there.
No, he was nodding something else.
Maybe, but
You
it
know.
looked like
I was actually nodding to the music.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
there
go.
you
Okay.
go.
There you go. All right.
See?
All right.
So don't start with
What
me.
do you think of what CV had to say?
Well, Alan makes up a lot of rules as we go.
It's not making up rules.
But I understand what he's saying because, it's he's standing for something, so I understand what he's saying.
Thank you, Jay. See?
'Cause I'm the same way. One of my pet peeves, and I've said this before, unless you have a family or you're from your family from that area, or you have, as you described, the young lady who kind of came to the knowledge of football and became a Chiefs fan over the last couple of years. With those things out the way, if you from Boston and you like the Lakers, I just don't understand it. So it's the same thing. If you're from San Francisco and there's no reason you should like the Marlins.
I hear you.
The young lady you were talking about, your wife's friend, is there any Taylor Swift factor?
No. This is before.
Okay. Stella says, Chris is right. This dude comes here and tells Kings fans how to fan.
Yeah, Stella, too bad I'm not talking about Kings fans because y'all left. If you are okay with somebody wearing a Spurs jersey now and then flipping back to Sacramento Kings whenever they get good again, you are off your rocker. It doesn't matter if I'm from Mars saying it. But you know what? You want to stand up for Kings fans that are now wearing Spurs jerseys? That's your prerogative.
I'll give him that, Stella. He is saying Kings fans need to be Kings fans.
I'm not bagging on Kings fans that haven't left.
That's a pretty solid position.
Stella, what is your point? Are you denying the fact that you shouldn't leave and come back? Is that what you want? Okay.
As I said, something we'll probably have to talk about it a number of times today. And Maxime Reynaud.
I thought I came in here when I moved here a few years back. Kings fans have the best fans ever. I didn't know that just because I'm from the Bay, I can't say, wow, I think it's pretty odd that some Kings fans now have flipped to Spurs fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you have had a child born here.
That's right. I pay taxes here.
Yeah.
I got a kid born in the 916. So don't play with me.
I got nothing to do with you.
I got nothing to do with me. That's what Jay said. That's fine. But
I got to do with Baby Style.
Stella, no,
Baby
now it's
Styles
no.
is in Sacramento.
That's a connection to me now. But Stella, if you're going to try to stand on business, then tell me exactly, are you saying that it is okay for Kings fans to now wear Spurs jerseys and come back? That's all I want to know.
All right.
All I want to know.
As we await Stella's response, we may finally have the answer to the question, what is up with Darren Peterson? And it's fascinating next, Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision making. Expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship? We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento! Now you got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Highway Patrol, Fox Family Heating and Air, and Tacovas. More info at CITPFest.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Got a number of things going on. Of course, thank you again to Amitrock for the Padres cap. Then we had Alan going after the midday show, and I support him on this because somebody left a bag of snap peas here in his work area. And then Alan didn't appreciate all the fans at the game last night. He attended the game, of course, who were wearing jerseys of the Spurs. Then Christopher Laud and Alan are going back at it on text. And then, just so you know, a little peek behind the curtain, Jay just advised Alan to stand down on that one.
Stand down for what?
Jay said, you're not going to beat Verlander.
Man, CV is a cold boy, man.
Yeah.
You're a cold boy.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Then there are some fans that say, well, who is this guy to tell us how to fan?
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, all these things are going on in the aftermath of a one-sided defeat last night to the San Antonio Spurs for the Kings. We're going to look at the most interesting player in the tournament here in just a moment. We may finally know what's up with Darren Peterson. Really interesting. But first, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We welcome back to the Drive Guys, Skip. What's up, Skip? How about those Cardinals this year? How are they going to do?
What's happening, man? Don't talk about my Cardinals because we are in full rebuild mode right now. Most people won't even know who they are. So I'm going to pass on them right now. But I will say this. I tend to agree with Alan on this fan thing. Now, I've lived in Sacramento now for 28 years, and it still amazes me with how people fan in this city. So I don't know about wearing somebody else's other jersey to my team's games. I will never do that. And I also don't understand. I'm gonna expand this over to some Oakland Raider fans because a lot of my family lives in Oakland. When that team moved to LA, that's our team. When they moved to Vegas, that's our team. I don't get that. I think that might be a California thing. But this notion that you can just walk into your own arena wearing somebody else's jersey, but yet still call yourself a fan of that team, you can miss me with that. I'm with you, Alan.
Thank you, Skip.
Thank you, Skip.
Yeah. Skip's a heavy hitter. So, I mean,
Thank
his
you,
support
Skip.
means a lot.
No,
in my
that's what I'm
professional
talking
opinion.
about. See, people that get it, they get it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you? Oh, I'm with you in the
By the way,
form of
Skip is a Cardinal fan. He lives in Sacramento.
right here.
Well, they didn't have a team. They didn't have
he's from there.
But there's no
Right.
team. There's no
There you go.
baseball
He's
team.
from St. Louis.
There's no baseball team. You want them to beat the A's?
I think two things where Skip is talking about is number one, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Alan. I can't walk into a place and, be a Kings fan and rock a Spurs jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you're talking about like the Iceman, it's got to be something that's behind it for the most part, right? Your family member played or something. But the second part of it is I'm with Skip on this. And I've said this about the A's. If you leave me, it's like a relationship. I'm not rocking with you. I'm not chasing you down.
Right.
Right. And so I'm with that with Skip. And I think those are the things, there are circumstances is what I'm trying to get to. There are situational ships, right? There are entanglements, to use what Jada Pinkett Smith said, when it comes to fandom. And so it's not all just black and white, and I'm not saying you're saying that, Alan, but there is something to it is if you see, and I'm pretty sure you're saying you saw 200 people with Spurs jerseys for you to come in and have a conversation. I'm pretty sure there has to be something to some of those things. Now, I'm going to piggyback on you real fast. I didn't go to the game, and I'll be honest, I watched about a quarter of the game, and I got out. I got bigger and better things to do than watch some tail get smacked like that. So my point of it is this. If you came through and you rocking a De'Aaron Fox jersey, now I'm going to start to have a problem with you.
Yeah.
Because now you have separated yourself as you rocking with that player more than you rocking with the team.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I'm going to follow your positioning, Alan. Stand on that. Stand on that.
And Jay, you mean specifically a Spurs Fox jersey, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just
you can't wear nothing else unless you're going to be a Kentucky or a high school jersey. But yes, if you're rocking a Spurs De'Aaron Fox jersey, then I'm with you. Then you've pretty much let me know, you've moved with that guy.
The funny thing is, Skip, and I agree with you on the Raiders. Alan is a Raider fan, and you're still a Raider fan, right?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't going to go to Jay's Niners.
Yeah, I think Raider Ted, is another one. There are many of them. I'm with Skip. To me, the Raiders were in this area. I went to games when I was really little, and the rival was the Chiefs, right? Oh, you hate the Chiefs. But then when the Raiders leave, I don't like the Chiefs, but I dislike the Las Vegas Raiders more than the freaking Chiefs.
Right. And for me,
but to each his own.
But for me, when the Raiders left, I still tell people it's complicated. You know what I mean? You still get the same thing that happened in college, Jay. My coach left. You get this is before the transfer portal. You can leave.
Yeah.
Right? If your coach leaves,
they left twice.
You can leave. I get you. But you look at the options. Okay, am I going to be a Niner fan? Am I just going to choose a random team? So I wouldn't say that my Raider fandom is exactly the same as it was when they were in Oakland. But me personally, I decided to just continue to be a Raider fan and work through it. But I did have a transfer portal, a fan portal out. I think if your team leaves, you can do whatever the bleep you want, right? Now, as it pertains to people that are rocking Spurs jerseys, if De'Aaron Fox was your favorite player and the Kings traded him and that was the last straw and you're gone, you get one, in my opinion. You can't don't come back if the Spurs trade De'Aaron and Wemby leaves and now the Kings, they get A.J. DeBonta and another good guy in 2027. Oh, well, now I'm back. That's just how I see it. That's just my opinion.
But it's hard now because players move around so much. You can root for a team and then 4 years later, sometimes in less time than that, it's like they're not even the same guys.
Yeah.
So then move with the player.
Right.
That's fine.
But you can't then just kind of, because this is what, I think this is the issue when fans of teams that are not in their area when they have a certain team, like let's say they're a Cowboys fan or whatever, but you don't live in Dallas because most of them don't. you always kind of have a fallback because you go to work with a bunch of Kings fans. You are related to a bunch of Kings fans. So there's always that little, I can always go back, right? So now I'm a Spurs fan, but if the Kings get it popping, well, my daughter's a Kings fan and my dad's a Kings fan. So that's the problem to me with fans of teams, and this is now expanded, but fans of teams that are not in their area. Because if that local team get good, don't think, oh, well, they're just down the street. No, buddy. You made your bed.
You're a Maverick fan.
That's right. Oh, well, the Kings looking good this year, right? Light the beam. No, we ain't lighting no beam. Not for you.
Do you have a...
The beam does not shine for you.
Not for you. Don't even look at that thing. Don't even look at it.
I'm good with I have an uncle who was a huge Scottie Pippen fan, right? Mm-hmm. And he'll tell you point blank, period. I'm rocking wherever Scottie goes, that's who I'm supporting.
Yeah.
I can understand that. So I think that's what you're saying, Whitey, is if you're a De'Aaron Fox fan, excuse me, Alan, you said that, De'Aaron Fox fan, then it's okay to jump shit, but you better be rocking with De'Aaron till the wheels fall off.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
The other thing is there's a caveat of where you come from, too, though. Don't you have to have a little bit of a caveat like, okay, my family is originally from Providence, Rhode Island, so I'm a Patriots fan. We want to call it that way. But I'm born and raised in California, in Los Angeles. I'm gonna be a Rams fan. There's got to be some type of caveat to it as well.
To me, personally, I don't care so much about the caveat, how you became the fan. But we all know you can tell if someone's a fan of a team or not, really.
Yes.
A lot of people say. And if someone's a real fan of a team, I don't care if they said, I did a random draw 8 years ago, and that was my team. As long as you are really a fan of that team, I respect that.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out if De'Aaron was your favorite player and he got traded, right? I think for me, this is, again, just how I see it. It's okay for you to want the Spurs to do well, right? But when it crosses into I am wearing a Spurs jersey to the Kings game, to me, that's no longer, I'm always going to ride for De'Aaron. That's what people say about Tyrese Halliburton. But obviously, Tyrese wasn't here as long. Oh, you know what? I'm always going to ride. By the way, none of these people defended De'Aaron like this while he was here, right? It was De'Aaron's not good enough. We need
some did. Let's be honest.
We need a top 10 player. Whitey, I saw a lot of we need a top 10 player, and he's not that. But now, since he's been... since he's been freed to the promised land, now everyone's like, man, we should have rode with De'Aaron harder. And maybe some of that's just human nature. But the idea of, hey, I'll always ride for De'Aaron, that's a little different to me than I'm actually rooting for De'Aaron and the Spurs to beat the you-know-what out of the Kings.
That's different. But if you're looking for somebody to get behind for the postseason, and obviously the Kings don't spend a lot of time in there.
Yes.
That's a natural team to pull for,
That
right?
is different.
HB. That's a guy no one said anything nice about when he was here.
Well, that's true.
Man.
I did not see any Harrison Barnes jerseys.
Okay.
Not last night.
We saw one, right? Oh, his.
Well, yes. And I saw the back of it a lot after he was hitting them threes. That's what I saw.
He didn't clank, as you said yesterday.
No, he was not. No, he wasn't clanking.
Yeah. The Darren Peterson story, what's really behind him being in and out of the lineup is coming up. Sactown Sports.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LAUGH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your business moves fast. Your bank should keep up. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built for momentum with tools that help you manage cash flow, streamline payments, and fuel growth. Right now, there's never been a better time to switch. Open a new Valley Strong business account and get 3 months of business banking products and services free, up to $750 in value to power your next big move. Because when your business runs stronger, the whole Valley does too. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future at valleystrong.com/business.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from ConsumerAffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, "After hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today! Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words switch today in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yes, Alan. Daredevil had, like, what is that? Like a dolphin echolocation.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Daredevil's awesome. Sorry.
Because he got that in the spill, right? When
the radioactivity spill of the hazardous
so he
chemicals.
loses his sight,
right.
But then gains the echolocation.
His other senses are
heightened.
He could hear your heartbeat, know if you're lying or not.
I love that. Wasn't he he's a lawyer, that's why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, by the way, new trailer for, what is it, Spider-Man Brand New Day came out today. It looks good. It looks good, that Peter Parker.
Is Andrew Garfield in it?
No.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm glad you're out.
If he's not in it, I'm out.
I'm glad you're out.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Do you think there's anybody that really feels that way about it?
No, a lot of people. That's like it's funny you say that because that's like the hip take. You know, a lot of people don't talk about this, but Andrew Garfield was really the best Spider-Man. That's like the hot take. I'm telling you.
All right. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. TC has been hanging out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's time for a pretty early edition here of Check It with TC. TC, the floor is yours. What's up?
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all know I had to tap in Alan and Whitey. What's going on? Hey, Whitey, I like that hat, man. Start wearing more hats like that, man.
Right.
I like that. That look good on you, bro.
You got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so listen, check it out, man. Fox, the last night, I'm with you. All the Fox fans and everybody, a lot of people wasn't out here talking about that. We were all talking about we need another guy, right? So what I want to say on the Fox situation is I'm over it. I kind of got into it with Matt earlier, right? Matt George, because I told him I was asking him, I said, listen, man, we all moved on, right? When I seen that last night, when I seen Fox, I want to say, I think that was Nick Clifford on a breakaway. It was either Nick or Hayes, right? Killian. He was running on a fast break. Fox chased him down from the backcourt and poked the ball away before he was getting a layup. He was right at the rim, but Fox chased him down, bro. And the look on Fox's face, to me, said, man, I wish we would have had a young team like this when I was here, and we could have made something special happen. That's what I took from that. Then when I heard him with his interview, all I took from that was him just speaking about his team. He also showed love to the young Kings team, but he just speaking. He was speaking about Mike saying, listen, we wanted to play defense here, bro, and we couldn't. So I didn't have a problem with his interview, but I also didn't have a problem with him coming back because you know what? I'm over that, bro. As a Kings fan, we got way bigger problems and issues to worry about other than they keep tripping on number 5. We had him here, bro. It didn't work. He moved on. So let's move on as a fan base. I can't speak for everyone because everyone has their own feelings. But me personally, bro, I'm moving on. Also, on the team, the thing that goes back to me being a Niner fan, I diehard my whole life. And people ask, TC, you a Niner fan, bro? Why you talk so bad about Kyle Shanahan? You ain't a fan. I am a fan, bro. I've been a fan my whole life. I just dislike that dude, Kyle. So you can dislike something in the organization and still be a fan. I'm just not getting high and getting on Shanahan like I was in the beginning of everything. He came here at 17. I was super giddy, and so he started showing his true colors and became a high-level loser, and everybody started crowning the guy like we have 20 rings, which we don't, bro. You get me? So that's another story for another day. I know I was bouncing around, but just really think about what I said. Jay,
got you.
Jay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, TC. Yeah, I've always said that honest, constructive criticism, even if it's pretty harsh criticism, is a form of support.
Yes.
Now, fans don't always offer constructive criticism. A lot of times it's venting and it's very emotional. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you could be a fan of a team and go, I don't like the way they're doing this or that guy. I still love the team, though.
Yeah, you should.
That. Yeah.
You literally should.
Mm-hmm. So, for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox was face of the team. He's gone now. The Kings are trying to position themselves to bring in the next one. Maybe they end up with a high pick. Maybe they end up with Darren Peterson. Wasn't long ago, right? A lot of fans, a lot of people in the media and scouts like, oh, he's a number one guy. Now I don't think so. So what happened? What happened? Interesting piece in The Athletic today about what happened to Darren Peterson. It's by C.J. Moore. Talks about Darren Peterson was in camp with Kansas, took part in the boot camp. No basketball, it's just conditioning. He got through that, but the next week after regular, normal practice, Darren Peterson experienced, according to this story, full body cramps, 45 minutes of pain like he'd never experienced before. So bad it sent him to the hospital where he received 2 IV bags of fluid and was left wondering what had just happened to him. Peterson said it was a traumatic experience. He also says Peterson would look great for a half, then the second half would start. His legs wouldn't feel right. Was it happening again? He'd signaled to come out of the game. He says, as much as I tried to fight it and tell myself I was good, I kind of couldn't. The mind is the joystick, my dad tells me. You can't beat your mind, end quote. Now, I don't know if this is just a reporter who decided to find out what was going on, if some of this is a narrative being pushed by those who support Darren. I have no reason to believe it's not true, but it does explain a lot. If every time he starts playing and he gets a little hitch in his get along here or there, and he's like, oh, I'm out, because he doesn't want to experience that again.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No, and we know, what was it, Paolo Banchero had cramping issues while he was at Duke, and haven't heard about it since. I know, obviously, he plays for the Magic, but haven't really heard about it since. So the fact that Darren Peterson has gone through something like this, and now it's all very precautionary at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different than, I have, chronic ankle sprains or something like that. So I don't know that anybody knows what to do with it. I think the problem is now this could have been handled way differently, right? The actual thing, and maybe they were trying to figure out what exactly went down, but the handling of it, and even, let's not forget Bill Self saying we thought we were going to have him tonight. Well, Bill Self didn't say that's because he thought he had, some bad cramps or whatever. We didn't get those answers.
Right.
We didn't get those answers. So I'm glad that we're hearing it now, but the narrative is already out. This should have been put out as soon as that first week, as soon as it happened and you knew what it was, whatever that first week, Whitey, when everybody was going back and forth about this, before it got really bad, before the pointing incident happened, when he points to Bill Self, then he could have saved the situation, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, it's possible that the people that are giving him guidance thought, you know what, it's better if we don't draw attention to this because it could hurt your chances to be drafted high. And instead, the fact that they haven't addressed it has hurt his chances. The key question, as you said, is, well, what caused it? You know, if the doctors are able to say, you didn't have enough potassium or you were dehydrated, you'll be fine, that's one thing. But if the doctors, and I don't know, it doesn't say here one way or the other in this piece, if the doctors are more of the mind of, yeah, we're not sure, you should be good, but we don't know, that's for any team that's going to draft him, that would be a tremendously large red flag.
But it hasn't happened again, though.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, but it also sounds like it's something maybe preying on his mind.
Right.
Which you could see if the doctor said, yeah, you should be good. I mean, that would be hard to deal with. Again, I don't know. Maybe they say, nah, it's because of this or your blood sugar was too, I don't know. Maybe they have it explained, but it does sound like something that he's got in the back of his mind, like he didn't want to experience that again.
No, and I wouldn't want to either. It's just the curious case. As the Kings, I know they didn't win last night, but is he going to be there at 6? How low? Because there have been guys that have dropped, Whitey.
That's a good point.
If they get one and done, the Kansas Jayhawks get one and done, and Darius Acuff balls out, Kingston Fleming's balls out, I think those are the only 2 realistic names, and they're also guards, so I think somebody might talk themselves into it. I can't wait to have this conversation. If they get bounced, I think it's going to be even more realistic. I know that the Jayhawks are good, but they kind of, cooled off in as far as the Big 12 is concerned. Could you be looking at him at 6? I mean, realistically.
I've been wondering that too. Details, according to this piece, about the aftermath of the full-body cramping are scarce. Self declined to talk about it, citing HIPAA. The lingering effects on Peterson's mind were apparent early. Here's an example. 4 minutes into the second half of Kansas' season opener, they set up a play for Darren Peterson. It's a flare screen. Badunga caught the ball. A reversal turned to hand the ball off to Peterson. One step off that original screen, Peterson paused, walked gingerly away from the ball, and pointed to send it in another direction. And then he wanted to come out, and then he didn't come back into the game. So they're running a play, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got to come out. So it's definitely something that is affecting his, emotional sense and mental state of well-being.
That's tough.
Yeah, and that could change the draft. I just hope he's fine. I hope he plays very well in the tournament, and he's able to put this behind him. But obviously, it could have a huge impact on who goes where and when.
He's still your number 1?
No.
AJ?
I don't know.
Cam? You want it to be Cam. You won't make it, Cam.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you can't make it, Cam.
I want Darren Peterson to be my number 1. Obviously, we have to look at some things right now.
This March Madness is
if I was
going
the Kings
to...
and had the first pick right now, I'd probably take DeBonza.
Wow. It was always going to be inevitable, and now you're finally here.
But I reserve the right to see how things go.
Yes, you do.
And I talked to Jerry Reynolds today. I don't know if he's over the moon, but he's very high on Acuff.
I'll take Jerry's word for it. But, yeah, the Acuff stuff, that, you know me, the fast risers, I know he was always in the mix, but a high-volume guard is always going to be in a position to be a riser in March Madness and in the draft. So, I don't know. It scares me a little bit when it happens this fast.
Yeah. Now, coming up, I know we have one of your friends. Who are we talking to now? About
Dieter Kurtenbach of the Mercury News. This is our guy. This is my guy.
Did you see what he said about the new Giants hats?
Dieter and I, we don't agree very much on Giants stuff. Let's just make that clear.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and see what he thinks of what the 49ers have done so far this offseason. Dieter Kurtenbach joins us next on Sactown Sports. Don't go away.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers!
Every game on your number 1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's weird when you get a stalker. I'll never forget I met her. She was outside, and she's a stalker, so, not hot. That's just what you picture when you picture a stalker. If they were hot, they wouldn't be a stalker. They'd be my girlfriend.
From Saturday Night Live, his Netflix specials, and Peacock's Bupkis, Pete Davidson, live, Friday, April 10th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Pete Davidson, live.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thanks again to Amadrock, a loyal listener. And, there's a Vallejo connection, too. So thank you, Amadrock, for the wonderful San Diego Padres cap. Speaking of
Vallejo.
Yeah, speaking of caps, Alan, the Giants have an alternate cap they're wearing this year. I have nothing to say about it, but I'm interested to hear what our next guest has to say about it. The outstanding columnist for the San Jose Mercury News, Dieter Kurtenbach, with us. How are you today, Dieter?
I'm doing great. Of all the things that we could be talking about, we're doing caps first. That's what we're leading off with?
Yes, sir, because this has been a hot topic between Jay and Alan and I. And, Alan, I love the Giants, and they never make any mistakes.
No, don't do that.
I'd wear that hat, and I'm not a big fan of the new alternate cap, and I don't believe you are either. Am I correct?
No, these are some St. Louis Browns ass looking caps, man. It is a tough look. And by the way, brush up on your baseball history, everybody. You don't want to be the St. Louis Browns.
No, sir.
The St. Louis Browns are not something to be emulated. The American League team in St. Louis before they moved to Baltimore and became the Orioles. Also the first team that was going to move to Los Angeles. And then, World War II broke out. So a little history for you. I got to revisit all of that history when I was looking at those St. Louis Browns ass caps. And I'm sure that they'll be popular, just like the 49ers' dumb black uniforms were popular. I'm clearly not part of the zeitgeist. I give my opinion. No one should care about my opinion on the hats. If you like it, wear the hat, but I'm going to think you're going to look like a tool.
Yeah. Well, I did, Alan won't listen to me or Jay, but I know he listens to you, Dieter, so thank you. I also wanted...
I expect Alan to have that hat on for like 154 days out of the baseball season.
Dieter.
Money where your mouth is, my friend.
I said it was I said if someone gave it to me, I'd wear it. It's a good golf hat. I would not spend my own money to get it, but if someone gave it to me, I'll sweat in that hat.
If a friend of mine gave it to me, guess what? We're not friends anymore.
I'll sweat in that hat.
You're also going to be wearing a 5950 with all the polyester out on the golf course. That thing don't breathe.
Yeah,
it doesn't breathe.
You're right.
So, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, you got to get the mesh back or something. And then they came out with the uniforms today too, and can't imagine myself wearing one of those either. But we'll pass that point anyway.
All right.
Now we have March Madness coming up. Now that we're through the cap controversy, I just got a text from our outstanding coworker Jason Ross, and he puts together a bracket every year, and he just asked me, "Hey, are you in this year?" And I'm not. Yeah. And I found that I enjoy it more when I don't have a bracket, and I believe Dieter, you and I are kind of in step on that as well. Correct?
We are in cahoots, Whitey.
Yeah.
Listen, I love March Madness. I mean, you're telling me that I'm going to get wall-to-wall basketball from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. Even college has been pretty good this year. I won't pretend like I'm plugged in anymore on the matter, but I don't do the bracket because you root against things that you should want to root for. Because, on my bracket, I couldn't possibly root for this 14 seed in the first round because of my bracket. I might be out $20 to Dana and HR. Like, it's just a waste of time. You don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. Even the best of the best don't know what they're doing. It's fun for 20 seconds, and it inhibits your fun when the basketball is on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Plus, they added in these games that they've already played now in Dayton, Ohio. And what the hell am I supposed to do with them? How do they fit into the bracket? The deadline to get it in is Wednesday night. There's games that have already been played. Should I have Texas on that line? Did I get it automatically? Is it like a bonus space? Like, I was out, and in the second that UMBC beat Virginia, I think it was 2019, I'm like, I can't do this anymore because I was actively rooting against UMBC to save my bracket. And it's just no way to live. It's just no way to live. I understand that I'm a bit more intense than most people, that y'all can probably comfortably coincide with a bracket and living your life, but I can't, so I don't do a bracket anymore.
I got at least 4 brackets to fill out tonight.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's even worse. If you're going to do one, do a sheet of integrity. Make it mean something. Otherwise, you're literally buying lottery tickets for the world's worst lottery, and then you're sweating out all of the drawings throughout the day and rooting against certain balls to come up from the ping pong ball machine. Like, what are you doing? Just enjoy the basketball. And when California Baptist is up at halftime at Kansas, you don't have to be ruining your bracket.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, I picked California Baptist.
Well, that's because you and I are good friends, and you know that you can't pick Kansas as me being a Missouri alum. By the way, I hope Missouri is your national champion on at least one of those 4.
Oh, I got you. Thank you. Dieter, it's
if you're going to waste your money, do it in a good cause.
At least you brought up the ping pong balls. So it's funny. The Kings have the Warriors at the end of the season twice. It's a little kind of baseball series. Do you think us Kings fans have to worry about the Warriors maybe trying to get into this tank a little bit? How do you think that ends? And do you think there's a, tanking problem in general?
Oh, there's absolutely a tanking problem in general, though I'm not upset about it. This is the NBA's own damn fault.
Yeah.
They're the ones who put together this collective bargaining agreement to take out all the super teams. And the way that they took out the super teams, let's just call it what it is, the Warriors at the time, was to create these salary cap aprons that are so onerous to get around that even if you do go and spend all the money you can in keeping all of your good players, now you can't build the bottom part of your roster anymore.
Yeah.
So all it's done is incentivize a very specific sort of team building, which is being exemplified perfectly by Sam Presti, who saw this thing coming and immediately tore everything down so he could build it up the right way this time, which is that you can get a couple of max players, but they have to be like under 27 years old. So you have to have that. And then you have to have so many damn draft picks that when you are no longer able to pay for those mid-level players or even low-level players, because these rules are so onerous, you can just refill it with draft picks. That's the only way to do it, and only one guy got ahead of this thing. So they get 3 or 4 years now where they get to figure out if, they can turn it into a dynasty. The Spurs are right there, and everyone else is screwed because if you have guys who are on their second or third max contract, well, those are still guaranteed deals that take up a percentage of the cap to the point where if you have 2 of those guys, your cap is gone, and now you're playing the salary cap apron game. All it did was incentivize teams that aren't winning to tear it all the way down and to build it up through the draft. And when the NBA is like, I can't believe these teams are tanking, the rules tell you to tank. You either have a bunch of great 24-year-olds, like a bunch of them, which good luck with that, or you have to find the next batch of great 24-year-olds that you can develop over 4 or 5 years. And so it leaves the Warriors in a very weird spot where they're too old to actually be competitive because these guys make too much money. It's not like they're taking pay cuts now. Steph Curry makes like $60 million a year. Jimmy Butler makes like $55 million a year. There's your salary cap right there. They're not in a position to add the kind of mid-level players or low-level players to make that team worthwhile. But they also can't just blow it all up because they got season tickets to sell. And it's still Steph Curry, and there's still something to be done in honoring it. So luckily for the Warriors this year, and for the Kings this year, by the way, the draft seems to be so good and so deep that the entire lottery might be like legitimate number ones down the line. Not all of them will pan out that way, but the guys that I trust on this stuff, they're like, man, the guy that you could get at 12 this year might have gone like 3 last year and 4 the year before that. So again, the incentivization is there to be as bad as possible. Let the Spurs and the Thunder, and I don't know who the hell's going to win the East, but let those 4 or 5 teams do whatever it is they want to do, and everyone else try to get into this ping pong ball game. And with the Warriors, they're stuck in the play-in tournament, so maybe the best thing that they can do is just get out of that thing as fast as possible. Ultimately, I think that the Kings are much better practiced at losing at this point, and that's obviously not a controversial statement, than the Warriors are, and the Warriors are going to try to ramp up on this quixotic idea that they can somehow do something in the postseason with their crappy basketball team. So I wouldn't be too worried if I was a Kings fan. And frankly, I would stop apologizing if I was a Kings fan because you're doing the right thing. Blame the NBA for a set of rules that made one path to victory be as bad as possible.
Amen. That's Dieter Kurtenbach. Nice enough to join us, columnist, San Jose Mercury News. Dieter, I don't mean to lead you down that well-worn path of, well, what should you do? What should they do about tanking? But I do want to know, how radical do you think the commissioner might actually get? We don't need to get into the specifics. You're certainly, if you want to, fine. But how radical, how extreme do you think he and the league might actually dare get when it comes to reforming lottery yet again?
He ain't gonna do a damn thing because he doesn't do anything. He's not a good commissioner. Like, Roger Goodell changes the rules of the NFL. Now, obviously, it's not like Roger sitting at a table and drawing them all up and saying, here's how we're going to make sure that the TV contracts stay big. Like, Adam Silver is good at negotiating TV deals. He's good at placating a bunch of broke boy owners into, having a CBA that prevents super teams so that everyone can suck together. Like, he's good at some of those things. He doesn't actually do a good job in running the NBA. Or if we kind of look at the baseball, they call it the commissioner of baseball. He's a terrible commissioner of basketball. He doesn't do anything. There's been no changes to the rules to try to make the game more aesthetically pleasing, bring back the mid-range shot. There's been no changes to the schedule to prevent the kind of, back-to-backs or even just 4 games in 5 days. Hasn't been any meaningful schedule changes to allow the best players to be on the court more often. He hasn't done squat about squat. And he's going to stay in his job because he's about to go and give a couple $500 million to every team so that they can put a failing franchise in Vegas and that they can rightfully bring back something that he let happen, which is the Sonics leaving Seattle. Like, he can handle the very basic stuff, which is placating these damn owners who shouldn't be placated to because they're not good stewards of the game of basketball. And he's terrible at the things that he should be doing, using his power to make basketball a better watch. And frankly, if I had to play the stock market here, I'm selling basketball. I'm just selling it because this CBA is so ridiculous, and maybe it's sour grapes from a Warriors guy, but the CBA is so ridiculous. The game is tough to watch. Your MVP is a charlatan. Like it's brutal stuff, and he hasn't done a damn thing to stop it from happening, and he won't do a damn thing now that it's here.
Well, Dieter, hold on.
3 words. In-season tournament.
That's Dieter.
Thank goodness. Where would we be without the in-season tournament? I mean, God. I mean, what's your favorite in-season tournament memory? Because I just have too many to mention, you know?
Yeah.
Thank God we have the in-season tournament so that we can be reminded that our televisions are fully color and are not in fact failing as we watch these Technicolor floors every random Tuesday so that we can see the Rockets and the Kings play a basketball game that no one asked for. Yeah, the in-season tournament's fantastic. But again, it makes some money. I guess he's good at that. And I'm starting to think he might not be able to rub that genie lamp anymore moving forward.
Well, my favorite in-season tournament memory is when the Lakers, they opened the Michelob Ultras, and then when the Bucks won, everyone said, don't touch the Michelob Ultras, because they couldn't even celebrate the tournament because they were getting clowned about winning the tournament. So you created a tournament that you are not able to celebrate. Nobody wants to even talk about it, Dieter, but we do want to talk about the Niners a little bit. Dieter, I saw your podcast, and look, people get on me sometimes because I say, look, I got some sources out there. I don't want to talk about it. I got some sources. When it comes to, Kings, not so much Niners, not like you, but I saw it going around that you had this clip where you said, hey, this John Lynch thing, where it's headed, he might not be making as many decisions as he's currently making. And then what? A couple weeks later, they bring in Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah back from the Vikings to rejoin the Niners. How far are we from asking the Office Space question with John Lynch? What is it that you do here?
Oh, no, you do have a misinterpretation of what I said. And that, to be fair, you got your information from people aggregating me saying something on a random podcast. So it's not your fault. These people have worms for brains, and all they do all day is retweet stuff. But he needed some help. There's no nice way to put it. He needed some help. He's not a personnel guy by trade. I think that he's done a good job in getting up to speed on that. Right. I don't think that he's somebody who should be villainized for the 49ers' failures single-handedly when it comes to drafting. But they, over the course of 6-7 years, from 2019 on, lost so much talent in the front office that it was going to be impossible to replace it. And they're so loyal, and to a fault, they're so loyal in trying to promote people from within. Like, hey, we know this guy. They know how we do business. They feel very strong about sort of the loyalty aspect of things. Probably from, Jed saying that that's a big deal because his uncle said it was a big deal way back in the day, as if NFL in the 1980s and the NFL in the 2020s are in any way the same thing. But they're very big on, hey, we're going to give guys a shot. And they got a lot of dudes who, frankly, got Peter principled, which is they got promoted to their point of incompetence. And it really showed up, I think, in last year's draft. And credit to John Lynch and the Niners, the true brass of the front office. They're like, I don't know about our scouting department right now. I'm not so sure we got the horses in the stable to get this thing done. So they let their coaches, who had a lot of time on their hands, basically run their entire draft. And Robert Saleh got to take his picks of the litter, some of which worked out, some of which not so much. And I'm mainly pointing at Nick Martin, pick 75 last year. So they needed to get more talent back into the front office. They needed to replenish the brain drain that they had been having over the last 6 or 7 years. And I don't think Kwesi single-handedly does that, but he's certainly someone that John trusts. He's certainly someone who has bona fides. He's probably someone who shouldn't be a GM, given the situation that the Vikings are in right now, though that was more political, seemingly, than anything else. But it was just a good move to get some more people in there. And again, credit to Lynch. I think this time last year, they recognized, at least if what I'm hearing is correct, like we don't have the same kind of intellectual heft that we used to around here, because everyone wanted to steal a piece of what we had because it was so successful. They have to rebuild that just as much as they have to rebuild the roster, and I think both are moving in the right direction.
Dieter Kurtenbach with us. Before we let you go, Dieter, your diatribe, which was totally unfair against the great Commissioner Adam Silver, got me to thinking here. Seriously, how would you rank them, the commissioners in professional sports? The Dieter Kurtenbach, commissioner power rankings. You can go as many as you want. You know, Jay Monahan is the PGA Tour commissioner. Kathy Engelbrecht is the WNBA commissioner, which you may know. I had Engelbert. Pardon me, Engelbert. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you rank the commissioners, top to bottom or bottom to top, or however which way you want to go?
Whitey, this is why you're the best in the business. Literally, no one has ever asked that question in the history of sports talk radio. It's got to be Goodell 1. I know that everyone hates Goodell. I'm sorry. Are we still doing the thing where we're pretending we're not watching football, or was that just a weird social media fad? Okay, so it's Roger Goodell 1. I'm going to have to go with Gary Bettman, 2. And by the way, the drop-off from Goodell to everybody else is a Grand Canyon chasm. Gary Bettman has done a pretty good job in recognizing that instead of constantly flailing to get more attention, maybe we focus more on the quality of our product and let people come to it naturally. And in this attention economy, social media sphere, all that stuff, that was kind of a bold thing to do. And I do think it's actually paying off right now. I think hockey's doing well. And I would have said that if the Sharks were having a great season, as they are by their standards, or a terrible season. I really enjoy the hockey product as it stands right now. And I think that they've made nice small tweaks over the years to improve that, on top of obviously the players doing what it is that they do.
Alan, is Bettman at 2 a surprise to you, Alan?
Relatively speaking, no.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
No. Alan knows his personnel. So it's so tough because Adam Silver is much easier to deal with with the media and the way that the infrastructure at the NBA is, that they get a lot more credit. I will put Silver 3. But it is very neck and neck between him and Manfred. Now, by the way, you're going to ask me this time next year, and Manfred is definitely going to be at the bottom because there's going to be a massive lockout in baseball. And because he didn't deal with the big issues, I think Manfred did a good job in dealing with the small issues, getting the pitch clock, widening the bases, certain things that are positive. But he didn't solve the big stuff. And he has shown a reluctance over his entire time as a commissioner to actually force broke boy owners to play baseball, to get competitive, to the point where now you have big market teams like the Giants being like, why are we even trying? Like, we can just be mediocre. The Red Sox do the same thing. We can just be mediocre and print money. So I do think that reckoning is coming. And for all the little things that I do think he did right, that big thing weighs way more. Adam Silver's 3 simply because he's trying some stuff on all the peripheral. I don't think it's working. He hasn't taken care of the big issues, but there is, frankly, it's a lot more peace in the NBA, right? Because he's basically given in to every demand that the players have ever wanted when it comes to guaranteed contracts and all of that. So the fact that he'll get peace and he got a big TV deal, which is probably their last big TV deal, has to give him the bump over Manfred now, because I see what's coming down the pipeline with Manfred. And Don Garber, is he still in charge of MLS? He's last. Get rid of him. That's a Ponzi scheme.
Because he came here, Dieter, and he said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you'll get a team. And Dieter, as you know, we don't have a team yet. So thanks
They're
for
just
nothing.
making teams up left and right, and Sacramento just keeps getting left out. And you know what? Honestly, part of me thinks might have been best for you guys, because it is a tough watch. By the way, MLS, the only league that sold out all of their, they're the first ones to do this and sell out their entire TV inventory to like one streamer. They put it behind a paywall on Apple TV. No one watches it for 3 years. Now it's not behind the paywall on Apple TV, but they killed the league so well that no one actually knows that it's not behind the paywall on Apple TV anymore. So Don Garber, great job. At least I can watch the NBA.
Yep.
I would have. I'm with you for the most part. Whether it's the Giants' new caps or having a bracket or the commissioner power rankings, I'm with you today, Dieter. Step by step, I would have Goodell number 1 for the simple reason that of all the commissioners, I'm most sure that he actually likes football. The other ones,
Yes.
I don't really know if they like their sports.
I do think that Adam Silver likes the concept of basketball. Like it really does feel like it's more of this idea. Like I don't think he's watched the Oklahoma City Thunder like play a game, because how can you not have a visceral reaction to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander driving into the lane and flailing up something with his left hand that has no chance of going in, but bumping into somebody in a more ballerina-esque version of what James Harden did or what Luka Doncic did with the Mavericks. Like, how can you watch that and think, like, our sport's in a great place?
We call that Shenanigans on this show. We call those Shenanigans.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. The Shenanigans got to stop. And, Silver will take a bunch of victory laps over the globalization of the game. I'm all for it personally as someone who loves basketball. Bring me talent from everywhere. I don't think that ESPN and NBC and all those other things are going to be too happy about it when suddenly you don't have any American-born superstars anymore. You have a Canadian kid who no one wants to watch play, and then a bunch of dudes from Europe out here dominating. I don't know if that's going to be great for the NBA, and I've heard that from several people who are very concerned about the long-term NBA TV ratings. That's like, how do we create another Steph? Like, not even a LeBron, just how do we create another Steph? Because people want to watch him. But in Adam Silver's infinite wisdom, he made sure that the team that Steph Curry is on and will remain on for the rest of his career can actually compete with them. So killed the cash cow. And what do you get for it? Bunch of bad-looking basketball.
Well, people don't even blame Adam Silver. Everyone always bags on C.J. McCollum. This is all C.J. McCollum's fault and the Players Association. So somehow, Adam Silver's escaped that, Dieter.
That's ridiculous. Like it's C.J. McCollum's job to say, how do we make sure that basketball? His job is very simple. And listen, I'm no fan of, it's baseball situation is weird. NFL situation is laughable. Like, I'm not a fan of most of these player unions and how they operate. I don't think that they take the rank and file of their membership into much consideration. I think that's a huge problem in baseball. And one of the reasons, along with, ownership in Major League Baseball, why they're heading towards this lockout. Tony Clark, every time that they've had to renegotiate, and I think it's been twice in the last 6-7 years that they've had to effectively renegotiate a CBA. Every time Tony Clark has just let the rank and file go hungry to make sure that, 12 or 15 players can get, $250 million on a new contract. It's just not a functional way to run a business. And they are equal partners in some ways in baseball. I'm not even going to get into the salary cap stuff on that, but like it is to say that CJ McCollum's job or the MBPA's job is to give money back so that teams can be better structured. Like that's the kind of laughable stuff that we heard all the time when Brock Purdy was about to sign his new contract. Like, oh no, he needs to do the Tom Brady thing and give money back so they can build a good team around him. It's like, no, that's not his job. His job is to go out and play basketball and make as much money as he can, because come age, 33, 34, there's not going to be tens of millions of dollars available to him. So you got to strike while the iron's hot. It's not CJ McCollum's job to make sure that basketball is in a good place. It's the commissioner of the NBA's job to do that. And he's just abdicated that responsibility, I guess, to us three.
Yeah. Follow him on Twitter. You should be doing that already. Dieter Kurtenbach. Check out his new football podcast, which is Cracker Jack football podcast, I understand. Yeah.
What is it? Dieter and Hutch?
It's Dieter and Hutch. It's me and my man, Jake Hutchinson. And we are deeply ill in the head when it comes to NFL draft stuff.
Nice.
I'll tell you this much, Dieter. I see this Gigante's jersey. Okay, Luis Ariz wearing it with the hat. Next time I'm out there back in the island, I'm going to get us matching hats, Dieter. I'm going to get us matching hats where we go golfing back on the island. Can't wait to see you.
I want to see you in an Ariz Giants jersey so that I can tell you you got to take it to Goodwill when they cut them in like July.
Wow. Thank you, Dieter. We appreciate it very much, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, guys.
Yeah. There you go. That's your buddy?
That's my
guy. He takes shots at you.
That's what we do.
Your guy?
That's what we do. That's what we do.
You and Jay being the baseball guys, we got to find out what happened to Team USA. You got all the answers, right?
Oh, I got some
not
answers.
only to Team USA, but the state of baseball in this country.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong? Jay and Alan going to fix it for us next. Sactown Sports.
Think you got the perfect bracket? Prove it. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge for a shot at $1 million. It's free and open to fans nationwide, so lock in your picks now at SactownSports.com/contest. Powered by Power Business Technology.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated, so don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart, just complete the purchase. Hurry! This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Saturday, March 21st, history hits the gas. The 77th season opener at Stockton 99 Speedway. Tribute to Norman David. Gates open at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at Stockton99.com.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the Subaru A Lot to Love event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 270 new Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Highway Patrol, Fox Family Heating and Air, and Tacovas. More info at CITPFest.com.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine print hits you with $5,200 in mandatory ads. It's adorable in a scammy kind of way. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
The first 4 games last night, 2 tremendous games. I don't know about you. I didn't see any of that because I was watching, of course, the Kings and the Spurs. And then before that, I was watching the World Baseball Classic. The USA ties it in the 8th, loses it in the 9th. So I know a lot of hand-wringing and pulling out of hair today at USA. Why can't we win the World Baseball Classic? Alan and Jay, I'm sure, have some thoughts on that, having been outstanding baseball players at very high level. To me, one of the problems is, USA in a way can't win. You know, you've got people in Venezuela, Dominican, Japan, excellent teams. They really want to beat the U.S.
Yes.
And in USA, it's like, that's nice if we win. We want to win, but we'd rather win the World Series. So I think that's part of it, just the motivation. It's not an excuse, and it is true. They continue to come up short, but I think this assumption on the part of many American fans that, well, they should win every year is like, no, I don't think that's necessarily true.
No, this ain't basketball.
Yeah.
This ain't basketball. And the whole thing was weird, Whitey. You had Bryce Harper saying that, I'd rather be playing in the Olympics. And then Aaron Judge tried to save it at the end and say, this is bigger than the World Series. And obviously he played in and lost the World Series. Then you had Big Papi saying, anybody who's saying that hasn't played in a World Series, but Aaron Judge just played in a World Series. So the whole thing was just, I don't know, it felt manufactured from just the promotion that Team USA went with. Just wasn't natural at all. But with all that being said, I think the conversation around Team USA compared to USA basketball, I don't know if it's fully apples to oranges, but it's definitely not the same. And I saw a lot of people bringing up, hey, well, this is just like how, different countries caught up in basketball and what's the problem? And these silver spooners in baseball are kind of ruining it. Completely different than basketball for a couple of reasons. I get it. The NBA is helping other countries, learn basketball, promote basketball. That is nothing like what they're doing in these Latin American countries. They have dang near, I don't want to say factories, but they have housing facilities for these kids. I mean, it's a business, not the same way it's kind of cute for the NBA or the NFL. That is not what they're doing in Major League Baseball. So that in itself is completely different. You're getting beat by players that are being taught in MLB facilities, right? From when they're kids. Mm-hmm. So that's completely different. I think there's a little bit of cross-contamination with the idea of the Team USA and USA basketball and the conversation about diversity. Now, I think that's a question that we can get into, but the idea that we should be running laps, I mean, the Team USA could have won last night. You have so many things that are in play with baseball season, MLB season next week. They couldn't pitch Mason Miller. Mm-hmm. So you didn't even have Tarek Skubal. So the whole thing to me, I get why people are bringing it up because it's a fun thing to do, and we did it, and you had Chase for Gold or whatever it was called when Team USA won in the Olympics. But Jay, I mean, it's completely different to me. And the last thing I just wanted to speak on, going back to that Chicago team in the Little League World Series. I mean, me personally, the most African-American kids I ever had on a baseball team with me was 3. The most I ever had was 3. And I'm 30. I'm about to be 36 on Saturday.
I think I got you beat there.
Yeah, you probably do. So this has been an issue. This is a separate issue, right? I think Major League Baseball is diverse. When you watch a game, it's diverse. There is a lack of African-American ball players, and the reason it's being brought up, if anybody's saying, why are they talking about race? The reason it's being brought up is because that's been the conversation about basketball, how all these silver spooners are kind of ruining the sport. Well, baseball was always more silver spoon than basketball. But the other part of it is the popularity has changed. When I was growing up, we joke about, I'm playing, hey, this is Ken Griffey Jr. Let's play Major League Baseball. I'm playing N64. My favorite players, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey, they all kind of look like me. They're all Black American. So as I got older, that has kind of dissipated in part because of the popularity from NBA and NFL. But people that are trying to compare the USA basketball thing to Major League Baseball, it's just different.
Well, it's really sad to me because obviously you look at teams around the world, diversity in baseball is there around the world, but it's not in our country. Mm-hmm. You don't have diversity when it comes to baseball in our country. Right. And that's been, as I hope Jay will address here, that's been an issue for many, many years now. And Jay, it ain't getting better.
No, absolutely not, fellas. I think you guys are spot on. Alan, you have a long way of getting to where I think I'm going to finish for you is the popularity contest of baseball versus the other big two here in the United States has completely fell off. Like baseball, you asked Dieter Kurtenbach to rank the commissioners. I mean, if we really kicked around the bucket and asked parents and or young children, adolescents, rank the big, the most popular sports, baseball probably falls 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah.
Basketball, football is 1 and 2, and you got soccer running around here. How many times have you been down going towards the Bay Area? And UC Davis, right in Davis, the soccer field right off of 80 is just, I mean, it's super packed jam, right? As soon as you come over the bridge. And so I think baseball has an issue. They've known they've had an issue when it comes to African Americans, here playing. But I always go back to what we use in our hand every single time, every single day. It's the phone. It's the social network situation. There is something that completely changed, albeit we're not talking about finances and monetary situation, because a lot of that definitely plays into having playing baseball. I go out and I see some of these kids nowadays, $400 bats, the Hypes, the Supras.
Yeah.
These are different bat models that people are paying for.
You're talking about
kids. We're talking about 9U, 10U, 8U, 11, 12U. Man, I was blessed to get a Louisville Slugger bat, a Easton Red Line or something of that nature. We're talking about people, like I said, the Supras, the Hypes, the Mariuchis. These are brands that are selling $400 or $500 bats to kids. 9-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids,
incredible.
Sliding mitts, 4 or 5 necklaces around your neck. We're talking about, Bruce Bolt, which is another brand that a lot of people are wearing. Batting gloves cost $60. $60, $65 for a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
You got to be out your damn mind. You got to be out your mind. So there's definitely a disparity. And now you talk about, Alan, the situation, and I'm going to circle back to the social network thing of it is, but you talk about how many African Americans you've played with throughout your career. I come from the inner city. I play with a lot of them. I always say it's mighty interesting. My little league is defunct now. The middle of South Sacramento, Meadowview, right off 24th Street, Willow Rancho, Silver Fields, right? And then I always talk about this, and I've said this before. When I was coming up, there were numerous little leagues: O Park, Airport, Tile to Lac, Parkway, Pocket, Lamb Park, Arden Arcade, Curtis Park. I can continue. Look around now. There's only 4 or 5 of those leagues that are sitting around in District 7.
Because there's not enough people that want to play.
No, because they're out here playing AAU basketball. They're out here on 7-on-7 passing leagues. They're next door right here at Lim, at Game Fit. Like, it's just become one of those things where football and basketball and now soccer has definitely kicked in the door and impeded. It's just not the end thing to do. And now you talk about the finances behind it, which is the complete opposite of as you talked about, the factory kind of setup and the islands. For Dominicans and Venezuelans and Cubans and things like that. It's just completely different. And so MLB has been trying to throw a lot of different things at the wall for a long time. Right. They have the HBCU Classics. Jerry Manuel.
They got the RBI thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Delino the Shields was involved for a long time. They had the Jackie Robinson Classic down at UCLA. So they recognize it and understand it. I'll leave you with this. After UT, I went to Texas Southern University, which is an HBCU. When I went to Texas Southern, we were a majority African American, but we definitely had waves of other people, right? Dominicans, Mexicans, Caucasian. We had a bunch of those. Now, when I go back and I have an opportunity to go back to TSU or Prairie View at A&M and look at some of these HBCUs, there's probably African Americans is probably the small majority of who's on the team.
Really?
Yes,
the HBCU team?
Absolutely. It is amazing how the tables have turned. And I'm not saying this is at every college. This ain't at Howard and Coppin State. I'm saying that there's a lot of HBCUs where African Americans aren't the majority of their team anymore.
Wow. I'm a little stunned by
that.
Yeah,
it is amazing. If you have an opportunity, they'll be showing it again. But I just watched, I just blanked. That was San Jose State, I believe. And oh man, they were playing somebody, and maybe Arkansas Pine Bluff. I can't remember the HBCU
Is
school.
that the one that you almost went to?
It is.
Yeah, APB. Yeah, he's an APB guy, right? Alabama and A&M. There's so many Fisk, Tuskegee, Bethune-Cookman. We could continue, right?
Yeah.
But Lincoln, I was looking at it, and literally, fellas, Caucasian pitcher, Spanish infield, one African American at third base, the outfield broken up. It is amazing how African Americans have pulled away from baseball when, as we know, is a pastime. But I just look at it in the standpoint of when Social Network came around, and I had a bunch of friends who had children at that time, a lot of those guys were taking their kids to AAU, men, girls and boys. And that was the look. That was the spiel. That was the feel. Like, how can you have an and one baseball team? Where's that ever created at? Savannah Bananas as close as possible, right?
Yeah.
And look where they've come. And one has been here and gone 5 times. It's just a different ball game now.
Yeah, so what, if anything, can be done about that? We're back with that. Also look at whether the NBA really should be thinking about expansion at all right now. That and more coming up. Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
It's time for the madness, and your HVAC system is in a full court press. Cold mornings, warm afternoons. Your heater and AC are battling, and your system is working overtime. Don't let your comfort get knocked out. Score Brower Mechanical's Madness BOGO Special. Buy a heating maintenance and get a free AC maintenance for just $89. Call 916-352-3113. Brower Mechanical. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver, /handyman, /wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/pet sitter, /influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry. Don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $36.99. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
That sound? Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hey, it's Drew Brees, and when your car starts making noises like that, a big repair bill might be coming right at you. But with CarShield, you don't have to fear unexpected breakdowns. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. I spent my career making tough calls, but this one is simple.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, top of the hour, we'll look at how, sure, the Kings got their eggs cooked last night. You might even say they got bikini waxed.
Alan might say that. I don't think I'd say that. But they did get some things done, so we'll look at that. Also, we'll give you a chance to win some Rivercats tickets. That's coming up top of the hour. But we've been talking about the World Baseball Classic. USA loses, so everybody, or a lot of people now, let's be honest, especially, old white men on TV. Oh, this is terrible. Aaron Judge is off. This is terrible.
Why are you Mad Dog?
Because he's the one I'm talking about.
Because, throwing a tone. Huh?
Yeah.
It just was too spot on to not recognize.
How many you give me for my Mad Dog?
That was a good one.
Thanks.
That's a 4.
Aaron Judge is unbelievable. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
That's a 4.5.
If the game matters, he doesn't do anything. Stephen A. Yeah. So we were talking about that, and Alan brought up, and Jay and Alan played very high-level baseball. You played professionally, right, Jay? You played.
Got paid.
Yeah. Alan played.
I played.
Arkansas.
You got paid.
Pine Bluff.
No.
That's
he should have went to APB.
I'd probably be in the league.
Yes, you would.
I would have got drafted. I did play semi-pro though. I did.
Paid, baby.
I did technically get paid.
Who'd you play for?
Palo Alto Oaks.
Oh.
We went to the championship. I was MVP. Jay went to the World Series.
Lost.
Yes. Hey, no, Jay. Here's the craziest thing.
I was gonna say where the ring at.
When the game's on the line, for
No.
the Palo Alto Oaks, doesn't do anything.
So we won regionals. Then we got a chance to go to the World Series. And basically, guys, these are a bunch of dudes that they're trying to hang around, but they're done. So they're
below independent.
Probably my age right now. But I was 24, 25, and we were getting paid. Don't get me wrong. But Jay, we get down there, we're feeling good. Regional champs. Okay, we were in Houston, Texas, and we're in Houston, Texas. That's where the World Series was.
Really?
We got this team Puerto Rico. Okay, it's Team Puerto Rico. They got the whole Puerto Rico colors, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking, okay, if we win this one, it's a good start. It's double elimination. So the center fielder couldn't play that night, so they had me in center. So it starts.
What would you normally be? I thought you were
in right. They had me in right. They had me in right because this dude could fly. He could fly.
Yeah.
He couldn't play. They're like, Alan,
Did you have the host to play right field?
Oh yeah, I had the quickest trigger this side of the Mississippi.
Quick release.
So they told me, they're like, Alan, you're gonna play center. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got you. Jay, they hit me with the Willie Mays. I'm back. Jay, I'm trying to find the thing. I don't get it. Drops in for a double. We're like, okay, we're still all right. Kid comes up to me, one of the biggest crowds I played in front of. Kid comes up to me, and I've been rolling, guys. I was regional MVP. So I'm like, you know what? Somebody going to see me. There's somebody out there. Kid comes up to me through the fence. Hey, if you break your bat, can I have it? And it's a nice maple. I had the pine tar.
You a maple guy?
I'm like, okay, yeah, kiddo, I'm not going to break my bat. First at bat, break my bat. First at bat, break my bat.
You already knew it.
Second at bat.
What was a slider on the hands?
No, they're just getting in the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
Inside hot. But, I crowd the plate because I'm like, you're not getting it by me. Second at bat, high fastball. I try to climb the ladder, guys, right under it, warning track. Now we look up, and we're getting no hit. Never been no hit before.
Wow.
We get to the ninth inning, and I'm curious if you guys.
Palo Alto Oaks have never been no hit.
I'm curious.
I don't want to jinx it, Jay.
It was only 1-0, 2-0. I'm curious if you think this is Bush League. Our 9-hitter comes up.
Lay
Jay,
down the bunt.
Hold on. This is the craziest story. 9-hitter comes up, lays down a bunt.
What inning?
Ninth.
Oh.
The ninth inning.
What was the score?
2-0, 1-0, 2-0.
Oh, that's not Bush League. Yeah.
The third baseman runs in, grabs the ball. Listen to this, guys. Nobody in America that I was playing with would remember to do this. Third baseman grabs the ball, throws it way over the first baseman's head.
Oh, so it's an error.
No hit. They rushed the field. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. They were all cheering. We got no hit. 1-2 barbecue. Back on the plane, Jay.
Wow.
We thought, we got a hit. Then we looked down. Guys, that's going to be marked
Straight
as
to
an
Bush
error.
International?
Yep.
Or Hobby?
Yep. Out of there.
I've thought of that. I've never been in that situation, but I've thought of that. I would do that.
I've seen somebody do that before.
I've never. We were all jaws on the floor. Jaws on the floor, guys.
You could talk the official scorer. I mean,
that's
if there's any video, like, look, he was going to be safe. That's a hit.
We didn't earn it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even like that he did that. Hey, man.
I would have done it.
Just swing the bat.
Like I said, I've thought I've never been in that situation.
I'm trying to leave the yard.
Yeah.
CJ was too the like we talked about. It was too much humidity.
Yeah.
Are you in the Palo Alto Oaks Hall of Fame?
You can Google Allen Styles Palo Alto Oaks.
Ah, boy.
I was like that. Newspaper. Back in the day, kids don't know what a newspaper is.
Where'd y'all play at?
Baylands. Yeah, we played at Baylands.
I never heard of Baylands.
Yeah.
Baylands.
Right by, there's a golf course right next to it.
Oh, that's why I never heard of it.
Yeah. I thought it was, I think it was Palo Alto, not East Palo. It was right next to East Palo Alto, though.
Is there anything you can think of that can be done to diversify baseball in the United States?
Well,
which just gives you a better talent pool, right? Which is if you're looking at having the best players in the country, you want as much talent in the talent pool as you can get. If you have a large swath of the population that either is excluded for any reason or just isn't interested, that's detrimental.
I think that's the problem. So reviving baseball in inner cities, that's the RBI program that Major League Baseball, they've had that for years.
Yep.
Right? So they are doing something, don't get me wrong. Some of it, Whitey, to your point, it's the popularity. Okay? And there's nothing really we can fully do about that. The other thing, guys, is I do think there's still a bit of, and I've said this for...
Well, hold on real fast, not to cut you off. You can do something about it. I think baseball needs to do a better job about it. The league.
Yeah.
We're talking about, a commissioner that I think no one, well, maybe Whitey. Whitey's defended him once or twice.
Manfred?
Yeah. Didn't you defend Manfred?
I wouldn't defend him if we were playing one-on-one and...
Oh, you know who it was? It was Nick Cattles. That's who defended it. I knew it was somebody in that seat. I apologize.
That's okay.
You're sharper than that.
Yeah.
But
Manfred does not like baseball.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's real fast to jump back to what you're saying so you can finish your thoughts. Baseball needs to do a better job of showcasing their stars. Mm-hmm. Shohei is Shohei. He's a mega star no matter what. But there is a lack of showcasing the Gunners, the Bobby Witts, like those guys. Good luck. Yeah. I don't know how you're going to be able to execute and become a huge, advertiser for some of these businesses because baseball is just not assisting you in becoming a mega star.
Some of those guys, Jay, pardon me, Alan, because I know you had a point. Some of those guys, compared to players that play for the other countries, they're kind of boring.
They are.
They are. I mean, Aaron Judge, right? I mean, Derek Jeter was different because they won a lot. Aaron Judge has played very well, but they weren't, that was back in the day when the Yankees were really winning. But what I wanted to say was, as a Giants fan, it always pained me to my soul. But when everybody was getting on Yasiel Puig, I honestly thought he was ahead of his time. I did. And I know he's not, as far as I know, he's from a Latin American country. So we're not talking about African American here. Yeah. But at the same time, nobody liked Yasiel Puig. When Madison Bumgarner was yelling at the Dodgers, I'm a Giants fan. I thought it was corny. Even back then, we've kind of caught up to that, guys. But a name I want to bring up when you talk about, Jay, the popularity, and I know they've tried. I mean, Mookie Betts is fine. He's not, the most outgoing guy. He's got the Bleacher Report podcast. The stuff that I still see about a dude like Jazz Chisholm is part of the problem.
Agreed.
That's a dude that has a personality. Mm-hmm. You should put him everywhere. That's a dude, he's got all the kind of NBA football type swag that where an inner city kid would see that and say, no, if I'm going to play baseball, I'm going to be like my boy Jazz. And another guy I'd bring up, unfortunately, he got knocked the bleep out. That was Tim Anderson for a little bit. I think Tim Anderson
that guy.
He had the crown for a little bit. Then he got the crown knocked off. But there have been guys when you have those.
He couldn't get it back
No,
on.
he's
He's like
not.
Humpty Dumpty.
That literally ended his career. Literally. But they've had certain guys like that, Jay, but they don't promote specifically those dudes. Now, there's not a lot, but they don't promote those dudes. Like Andrew McCutchen, I get it. Yeah, he didn't wear the chains or whatever, but Andrew McCutchen had some swag to him. I felt like we should, and they were in the playoffs. They were losing to the Giants. They were competitive.
I love McCutchen.
They should have done more. They've had guys, but they have not pushed them as well as they should have. Remember Matt Kemp when he was dating Rihanna back in the day? That was the good
He was
stuff.
the man. Andre Ethier was hot.
I'm gonna be Matt Kemp when I grow up. That's what I wanted to do.
Kemp was a brutal
That's why
Andre Ethier was a great river cat.
Yeah, but that's
right.
why I say the sport and the league has not done the players justice. They pay them very well. We know they're well taken care of. We know it's one of the top professional sports throughout the world, but they haven't done them justice. And when you're losing the popularity contest because of social network and because of
the wrong guys.
They do. And you're spot on, Whitey. And that's why I continue to keep saying it goes back to, and we could talk about this in a lot of different avenues of business. It's the people who are running the sport, they're not forward thinking. The creative juices aren't there for these leagues.
Well, they're in it, I think, just trying to make as much as they can in the short term.
That's right.
We got to take a timeout. When we come back, the Kings, they got cooked, but they got some things done last night. We'll look at those things, and the conversations will continue, of course, as they always do with the Drive Guys. Be right back.
Think you got the perfect bracket? Prove it. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge for a shot at $1 million. It's free and open to fans nationwide, so lock in your picks now at SactownSports.com/contest. Powered by Power Business Technology.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you, the entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers, powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, John Party, Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Highway Patrol, Fox Family Heating and Air, and Tacovas. More info at CITPFest.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
You know, Amadrock is the favorite to be the most valuable player of today's show. Got Kyle Ledbetter and I some Padre gear. Appreciate that. And that gave him a leg up. But then I know he's going to get Allen's vote because Amadrock just came in with this in the chat. The Oaks' Allen Styles was named the tournament's most valuable player. Styles had 11 hits, scored 10 runs, drove in 5, and had 3 doubles while hitting better than 500.
Attaboy.
It says circa July 26, 2010.
Feels like just yesterday. Dang, 2010?
How many bats did they break?
No, that was before we got to the World Series.
Okay.
That was when I was cooking.
Oh, all right. So that's a different tournament.
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, it doesn't matter now because of the NCAA rules. That playing semi-pro, it was kind of dicey because, you know, it was semi-pro, but collegiate. Let's put it to you like this. There was a Stanford player on the team.
Mark Appel.
He played football and baseball. He did not fly down with us because he didn't want to get caught up. I figured I'll take my chances. But he did not fly down with us because it was kind of a gray area because it was technically semi-pro.
Do you remember Mark Appel?
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way?
Yeah, I
Who
think
was like the consensus cannot miss #1 pick.
Yeah.
And he never made it, and he quit baseball, and then I think he came back and actually pitched a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the Astros were tanking year after year. They got the first pick. They drafted him, and he was one of those guys like, oh, he can't miss. It's just a matter of how great is he going to be.
Right.
And I think he got hurt too, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
couldn't get guys out.
Unfortunately, I mean, that's the thing about baseball in particular because it takes so long to get there. You just never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Somebody, maybe you, is going to win a pair of tickets to see the Rivercats on opening night against the El Paso Chihuahuas. So we've got code words for you at 8 a.m., noon, and, oh, look at that. It's just after 4 p.m. So Alan's got your code word today. Text it to 916-339-1140 for your chance to win. I have it circled there, sir, if you need that. Yeah.
Your secret code is NIGHT. NIGHT.
With an N, yeah.
NIGHT. NIGHT.
There you go. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alan.
There you go.
Thank you, Amadrock, for sharing some numbers on Alan's illustrious past.
Yep. Long time ago, but feels like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Before we get back to the Kings, Ramsey's been on hold. Hey, Ramsey, what's going on?
What's up, gentlemen? You know, this baseball discussion is something that not only we discuss on air, but we've discussed off air. Jay was bringing up some of the little leagues. On the other side of town, which was North Sacramento, is a little league I play for, which is Grantville League, which we actually end up having some stars that went pro in other sports. I played with Ontario Smith, Dante Stallworth, Paris Warren, and I were on the same Little League baseball team. That's another Little League that I believe is now defunct. The other thing is as I've explained behind closed doors to the three of you, with the privileges that we are afforded going out to many of the games last year, I talked to a majority of the African-American baseball players on both sides, whether it be the A's or visiting teams in Major League Baseball, just to understand their stories, understand how they came up, understand where they're coming from, and trying to bring light to it, because there are many that haven't done that and haven't illustrated how the African-American community still plays baseball, still loves the game, still wants to contribute it and to move the game forward. And as Jay was saying, Alan was saying, there's a lot of stars that Major League Baseball can market, but they don't. Some of it, in my opinion, also is potentially due to a language barrier. For example, Jose Ramirez from the Cleveland Guardians, one of the best players on the planet, isn't marketed correctly.
Right. And he's a great personality, too. He's a funny guy.
Yes. Junior Caminero from the Tampa Bay Rays, who we got to see some of his personality on that Dominican team because he was putting his face out there in the World Baseball Classic, is a young star, not just up and coming. He had 45 home runs last year, a star, but you got to market him. Everybody loves Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle Mariners, star. He's starting to get marketed somewhat correctly, but using all three of those players as examples, there's language barriers. There's many African-American stars as well. And the last thing I got to say, two positions that the African-American players don't play as much as what they did back in the day, and I don't understand why, pitcher and catcher. And it needs to get back to that. We need more African-American pitchers. We definitely need more African-American catchers to diversify the game and to diversify the portfolio.
Thank you, Ramsey. Appreciate that. Speaking of guys that baseball does like to market, Alan, what happened to your guy, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh?
I tried to tell
you.
y'all.
World Baseball Classic.
Fraudulent.
Your guy here. How do you explain his
not my guy.
lack of performance?
Look,
What's your opinion of his lack of performance?
AJ, he had 0 home runs and 0 handshakes.
Yeah.
That's what he had. 0 home runs. Did he get a hit?
You know, the big boss downstairs, a big Mariner guy. Are you sure you want to go there?
Well,
Alan?
let me fire off, Alan. I'll take your place because I really don't care. Yeah, listen, you can't be a one-hit wonder.
Mm-mm.
And he, honestly, this is not my hate towards the Mariners, but the fact of the matter is he is shaping up to be a one-hit wonder.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It is tough.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
You're probably not going to hit 60 again this year.
Whitey, I know you'll remember this, and then I know we got to get back to Kings talk. What was my guy's name on the Orioles who went Chris something? He went
Jones?
Chris
Davis. Chris Davis.
And they gave him all that money.
Yeah.
He had that crazy season where he hit, 50 home runs, something like that. I'm not saying that's going to be Cal Raleigh. I'm saying we've seen one hit, maybe 2 hit. Here it is, Whitey. Actually, he had 2 good seasons,
Well, wait,
guys.
we're not talking about the guy in the A's, are we?
No. No, we're talking about, his name is Chris Davis, first baseman on the Orioles.
CH, right?
That's right.
Not the KH,
2013, He actually had a fairly good career. But
he had a lot of power. It's one of those 3 true outcomes.
Yes. 2013, he hit 53 home runs. Then in 2015, he hit 47. Then the year after that, he hit 38. But then he got a huge bag. And after that, 26 home runs, 16 home runs, 12 home runs. And then in 2020, he didn't have any. He played in 16 games. So I don't know. We've seen it. And he actually did better than I recall. But yeah, Cal Raleigh, you are on fraud watch.
Wow.
Dang.
That doesn't mean you're a fraud. That means you're on fraud.
He have a great year, and I know that he probably
year.
should have, handled the whole Arozarena handshake thing a little differently. And I know he had a bad tournament. I'm not a Mariner fan, but you guys are being a little hard on him.
No, he's just
you?
on fraud
He's a
watch.
Big dumper.
Look, well, I mean, the season prior, he did have 34. He had 27.
He's a switch-hitting catcher.
Yeah, 27, then
Hard
30, then 34. So he's been around the block, but We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
That boy.
Is he gonna be,
You
Mr.
sound like
MVP?
Mad Dog. I can't believe the big dumper. Yeah, that's where he belongs, in the big dumper.
Throw him in the dumper.
Yeah, throw him in there. You can't get ahead when the man his country's honors on the line. Oh, sure, yeah. Tuesday night against Cleveland. Yay, hit 3 home runs. What about when it matters for your country?
Does he hate his country?
I have to wonder if he doesn't like America.
How much of Mad Dog did you watch yesterday, man?
I didn't watch him
At
yesterday,
all?
but
Or
I've
this
seen
morning?
him enough where it's there. It's like I don't want to very often, but I can, tap into that anytime.
Whenever.
Because it's right there.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Great stuff, guys. I love talking about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And we're close. We're a week away. We're a week away from the bright lights of Oracle Park.
We're 8 days away, and wait till we get to number 8. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, the Giants are 7 days. The Giants are 7 days away. They play on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. I'm just going by what MLB.com says.
Well, see I think it's because they're doing the opening. I think it's the only game.
Oh, okay.
Is why.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a locked on podcast or anything.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You locked in though.
Yeah. I don't have one of those podcasts or anything.
Oh, Mr. Podcast Guy.
Hey, the Kings kind of got slapped around last night, fair to say? Boat race, as we said earlier.
Yeah, they got their doors
Here's the
blown
opening
off.
tip. Well, that one lasted quick.
Mm-hmm. They got their doors blown off.
Yeah. Spurs put on a clinic in shooting, and this is something I was talking about with Mr. Reynolds today, taking care of the basketball. 41 assists for the Spurs and 6 turnovers. Wow. Yeah. That's tremendous. It might imply that the Kings were not putting a lot of pressure on the basketball.
They were, you talk about, look, to call it styles make fights would be, actually, honestly, it would be.
You got to do a boxing podcast just so you can call it
I know. You got to do it. But you spell it with the I.
Right,
That'd be so nasty.
Right.
It really would. But, I think that would not be respectful to the Spurs to call that styles make fights, because once Lindy Waters was giving you the belt, that's when I saw a lot of, hey, Whitey, those Spurs jerseys, well, they stayed. I saw a lot of the backs of Kings jerseys last night in about the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did think the Kings got some things accomplished last night. What do you think? I'll give you 3 things. Tell me what you think, and maybe you disagree. Lottery position holds, and the vets, they did that while the vets were sitting. Obviously, it didn't matter if the vets played last night or not, because it was not a close game. But the lottery position holds, so they're right there at third, just a few, hundredths of a percentage point behind the Nets for third worst. That's a good spot. It still gives you some potential to move up. And they didn't play the veterans much, with DeMar playing 17 minutes and Russ playing, still played 24 and a half minutes. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping, yes, this is the blueprint, going forward, Alan.
Yeah, we've seen this against both good and bad teams, because we saw it against the Clippers, don't get me wrong, but this is something that we hadn't seen in a while. And I don't know, Whitey, it reminds me of the very beginning. I don't know if I'm sold the same way you're sold, Whitey, because it reminds me of the very beginning of all this, where it was pretty standard, no tank conversation. If you getting beat down like that, you want to rest your starters. So to me, I don't know what to take from it. Because it was
fair.
such a blowout. It's just a normal game where, we're not going to play our starters a lot, when the game is not even. It is unfathomably uncompetitive. It's not even close to being competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's a little bit different than, like I said, you get this game against the Nets, and let's see how much the vets play.
It was 78-47 at halftime.
Yeah. And you know what was so funny? It was dang near like the Spurs and Mitch Johnson just wanted to be respectful to the Kings, because you'd see him call a timeout after a little mini run by the Kings, and you would forget the score. And then you look up, it's 74-42, but they went on a 6-point run. Mitch Johnson calls a timeout.
Is that the basketball equivalent of when you're playing outfield and a guy hits one you think it might go out of the stadium, but you got to turn and pretend?
Yeah. Let me
you got a shot at it.
Yeah, well, that's make the pitcher feel right. Let me see what I can do for you. I can't do much. Mitch Johnson, they went on a 6-point run a couple times, and I look up, I'm thinking, oh, okay, Oh no, they're down 34 points.
Yeah.
He's just being nice.
That's one of the things I remember about Barry. Barry didn't do that.
Barry
would just stand there like, how'd you throw that?
Yeah.
But wasn't there one time, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there one time he thought it was out and it didn't go out and they started booing him?
I
Like
remember
they were
that when he
getting at
was
him?
hitting, but did he actually do that in the outfield?
That would
I feel
be
like
funny.
he did it.
That sounds like something that
If I'm somebody out there who's a Giants fan, I mean, obviously I was a kid, but I could have swore something like that happened one time.
Because he thinks that's way out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't move.
He's
and
showing up the pitcher.
Wow. And it hit the fence and he was like, oh, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about, but I'm pretty sure it was Barry.
You ever do that, Alan?
No.
For the Palo Alto Oaks?
Mostly because I couldn't tell if it was in or not. So I'm going to just run after it.
I've definitely done that's out of here. I'm not even moving. I just kick the dirt around.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
if
then it's like, oh, wait, that's not out of here. My bad. Let me go get the cutoff.
if I'm doing it, it must have been touched. I'm only doing that if it was destroyed. Because I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
How much as an outfielder would you go by the sound too? No?
Not me. No, I'm just, looking at what we got going on.
Too hard to hear out there.
Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you what though, and I've said this one before. That game we played Bryce Harper. We had a lefty thumber, and he went curveball. And I was in center, but Bryce hit a ball. I mean, nobody moved. It was just goodbye. He was still a catcher at that point, but he hit that curveball. It was. Come on, guys. Really? This is what we're doing.
So one thing the Kings did, they sat the vets, is that did they show a blueprint? Maybe. They hold their lottery position. Also, Russ moving up the all-time assist list into, fifth place now?
Fifth place by his lonesome. Because he needed 3, he got 10.
That's part of the program with Russ this year. He comes here, he plays, he's a leader, and he puts up these numbers that, they're things you go, wow, history made last night, a slice of history.
Yeah.
That's part of the plan with him right now.
I mean, I was in the building, and it was a really good ovation, guys. I think a lot of the energy, because I was talking to my buddy who, is a business owner out there, and he said, yeah, this is a really good night. It has not looked like this.
Really?
And part of that was De'Aaron, part of that was Wemby, part of that was obviously the Kings. So last night definitely had a certain energy to it, and I'll tell you this, even with those fans in Spurs jerseys, because it's Russ, that's a situation where both teams are clapping, right? A Spurs fan isn't going to not clap because it's the Kings, because I don't think Russ is really viewed. Russ is Russ. It's like The Rock. When The Rock plays something, that's The Rock in a movie. That's Russell Westbrook. He just happens to be in a Kings jersey right now.
What was the fan reaction like for De'Aaron?
For De'Aaron, it was
during introductions.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of boos. There were really no boos. It was just kind of
nothing really discernible.
No, not anything to write home about.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And when he scored, was it so? There was really no.
I mean, when he scored, he was cooking. And I got to say, I've hated on De'Aaron in the past, but he was moving and grooving last night. He was moving with a purpose. I mean, he was quick, guys, and he was hitting the 3-ball. And honestly, he probably could have went all that. The whole team could have went for more points.
Yeah.
But
he'd never been on a team that had won 50 games. This is our 51st game, so you can tell he's
feeling
enjoying it, and he can, as you say, he's playing with. He's really in control of the situation.
Oh yeah,
a lot of poise and presence.
Oh yeah, you talk about the Schmal and Miles, De'Aaron's over under. I think he purposely said, "I'm not hitting that. I don't need to. We're gonna beat you by 40.
Right.
I don't need to do anything."
The third and final thing the Kings accomplished last night, and this gets a little touchy because I don't know that. How can I say this? I don't know that everyone in the studio was as impressed by this as a lot of fans are. Max Reynaud with a big night last night. 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. 13 of 25 floor. Hit 2 of 5 threes. What a night for Maxime Reynaud.
I don't know what to do with that one. I know just yesterday I said I'm on board with Maxime as, all rookie team. And look, what he's doing is what he's doing. And, of course, as I say that, last night was just a little off to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What was off?
Well,
He was off. You were off.
Well, first of all,
the whole vibe was off.
I think the main thing is that this game wasn't competitive at all. So I know him and Wemby have the France thing, so they were going back and forth a little bit. But to me, I don't know, Whitey, and you have the breakdown there as far as how many points he had per quarter. But
okay.
It just felt like, all right, not that Wemby's not defending him, because obviously he's not going to do that. But Maxime scoring 30 points and none of them being close to having any feel on the game.
It's an interesting point.
Like, to me, you want to talk about a competitive Jazz game, that's different. But you're down 40, Maxime scoring 32. I mean, just as humans, fellas, do we really think the Spurs were in lockdown, cared that Maxime went for 32? I don't know.
No, I got you, but it's not a bad thing.
No,
right?
it's not a bad thing. I just
you think
didn't
people
wake
get
up.
a little carried away with it around here, perhaps?
I just didn't wake up the next morning thinking, man, Maxime really cooked in that 40-point blowout. I mean, I don't really know, honestly, what I'm supposed to take away from it. Once the game was out of control, you had Russ essentially, Russ was looking for Maxime a lot. And I don't think the Spurs cared. So that was my problem with it. If this was at least a 10-point game at some point, maybe I'd think differently, but okay, you guys are going to run your set, cool. Whitey, it was almost like the Kings were practicing. It was like they were practicing stuff. Mm-hmm. And the Spurs were saying, this game is already cooked, so do what you need. Whatever y'all want to run, y'all run. So I didn't wake up thinking any differently of Max, right? I'm not taking anything away from Max. Mm-hmm. I just didn't wake up. It was just it was such a blowout. I can't take anything away from it.
First quarter, he had 6. Second quarter, he had 4. Is that right? And then the third quarter.
So what? He had over 20 points in the second half.
16 in the third quarter.
See? And then how many in the fourth?
And then in the fourth quarter, finishing up with, he had 6 more.
Yeah. See, that game was already
16-point third quarter.
And that game was already over. So I'm not saying they're not trying, but they weren't trying to say that game was already a blowout in the third.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just, like I said.
Good point. I understand what you're saying. I think it's a great point, and it's one that, it's hard to embrace here if you're a Kings fan because you're looking for positive signs. I will say in that third quarter, he shot a couple of threes and made them both.
He
did.
He did. That's the main thing I'll take away. And he's done. He hasn't been doing the pump fake thing, right? He's been, getting them up when he needs to get them up. So that is the main thing I'm taking away from that.
Mm-hmm. From the 5-3-0, how many rookies out there this year putting up 32 points in non-competitive games? I don't know.
Look, that was I know I'm not trying to debunk my own argument from yesterday, we don't know the tone of that question. That question could be saying it probably is happening a decent bit. We don't know the tone of the question. But if the tone of the question is, hey, Maxime is doing something that other rookies aren't, I would say we don't know that, number one. And number two, I just don't know what to take away from it. Mm-hmm. I don't. Like I said, I didn't wake up thinking Maxime was worse. I just didn't wake up thinking, man, Maxime dropped 32. That was crazy. Because if you watch it, it's kind of like not the same, but kind of like the end of the game with Bam. Not the same because you're not fouling people and doing ridiculous stuff like that. But it's kind of like this game is already decided. So, what are we doing? People brought that up, Whitey, with Kuminga in that Timberwolves
always
series.
Kuminga. He always has.
Well, I'm
to
just
go back
saying,
to
a lot
Kuminga.
of people brought it up because the Timberwolves figured you guys aren't really beating us anyway. You don't have anything else. If Kuminga wants to drive all day, we're going to defend it, but we're not going to die with Kuminga just, driving 2-pointers to the basket.
All right, fair enough. We'll take a look at a national view of the Kings rookie class that is, believe it or not, a national view of the Kings that is not demeaning. We've got that next. Sactown Sports.
The madness is here, and so is your shot at $1 million. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge. It's free and open to fans nationwide. Head to SactownSports.com, build your bracket, and see if you've got what it takes. This contest is brought to you by Power Business Technology. For all your business copier needs, call 1-844-POWER-BZ or visit PowerCopiers.com. Don't sleep on this. Get your picks in now.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at PepsiPromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of Pepsi Going.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's weird when you get a stalker. I'll never forget, I met her. She was outside, and she's a stalker, so, not hot. That's just what you picture when you picture a stalker. If they were hot, they wouldn't be a stalker. They'd be my girlfriend.
From Saturday Night Live, his Netflix specials, and Peacock's Bupkis, Pete Davidson, live, Friday, April 10th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Pete Davidson, live.
Your business moves fast. Your bank should keep up. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built for momentum with tools that help you manage cash flow, streamline payments, and fuel growth. Right now, there's never been a better time to switch. Open a new Valley Strong business account and get 3 months of business banking products and services free, up to $750 in value to power your next big move. Because when your business runs stronger, the whole Valley does too. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future at valleystrong.com/business.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Athletic had an interesting look. Our guy Law Murray putting together his power rankings, and he looked at the top rookies for each team. Here's what he had to say about the Kings. It's actually been a strong year for Sacramento's draft class. Clifford hasn't mastered anything, but he has shown flashes of being a multi-tool player. Reynaud, and this was before last night, I believe. Reynaud has 7 20-point games as a second-round center. He's this year's Kyle Filipowski. If the Kings could just keep Reynaud on offense and Cardwell on defense, they'd have a top player. Law Murray, first of all, as I said before we went to break, it's great to have somebody give their views of the Kings without taking any freaking cheap shots, Alan.
That's right. That's right. Now, that's real journalism.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
can agree with it or disagree, but he's just telling you what he thinks.
That's right.
He's saying, they've had a pretty good year with their rookies.
That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do when you've been watching the game, you study the game. We know he covers the Clippers, but that's how you expand on things, Whitey. I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, he knows, I go on with those guys at the Sacramento station. I got to be careful what I say.
That's right.
Uh-huh. From West Sac Noah, would the Kings trade Maxine if they could get a lot for him? Here's Alan Stiles.
Yes. I have no clue what his value is. I think that's part of the conversation right now. Hey, is he just doing this because the team isn't very good? I don't think you have to worry about that, West Sac Noah, because I don't believe that the Kings would get, quote unquote, a lot for him.
Right.
I do think it's interesting, though, Whitey, how basically projections versus production, right? Let's take a guy like Khalil Ware. And I think that's a good comparison because that was a guy who obviously went in a lesser draft, had a great rookie season, and then all of a sudden, when the Heat were in conversations about Kevin Durant or whatever big name, hey, is Khalil Ware untouchable or not? Because he had a decent rookie season, and a lot of people said he was untouchable. I don't know if the Miami Heat felt that way, but he didn't end up getting dealt. I don't see any world where Maxime Reynaud would be in a conversation like that. Now, obviously, we don't think the Kings would be trying to acquire that type of talent, but you never know with the Kings.
Yeah.
If they were, there is no world, in my opinion, where if they were trying to add on to their current group, they would say, oh, well, we can't move Maxime. I don't see that.
Yeah, they like him a lot, and he's the most successful player in Scott Perry's first draft class being back with the team. Yeah, if they could get a lot for him, they'd think about it. But how could they get what would be worth a lot to them? It would have to be a first-round pick in this draft. Mm-hmm. Oh, they'd do that, but of course, probably. Maybe not, but they probably wouldn't get that. So, yeah, the answer to your question is yeah, but no one's going to give them, I don't think, what they would view as a lot for Maxime right now.
No, I don't think so. So I don't think you have to worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, do you think he could be in their plans as a starting center, perhaps soon as next year? It's going to be interesting with Domas and everything. If Domas is back next year, then is Maxime going to play more at the 4? Mm-hmm. Definitely. They have big plans for Maxime Reynaud. But as excited as we get, to the point you made, Alan, as excited as we all get about a game like last night, we still don't know for sure what he is.
No, we don't. But I think Maxime, when you have certain types of teams, you don't need Maxime to be a star. If we believe that he could be a starting level center, could he get to the Zubac range? I don't know. But if he does, then it's about the other 4 guys around him. You don't need. I don't think it's unrealistic that he can't get to that level or close to it. And if he's that, right, or Goga Badaze or somebody like that level, then it's about the other 4 guys. And I don't know. Sometimes centers can come off like running backs in a way. Unless you have a really, really good one, you just need a solid one if the rest of your team is really good. If your quarterback is really good and you got the wide receivers in the line. So that's how I look at centers a little bit. So unless the plan, which is not easy right now, Whitey, especially in the college game, to find a ridiculous center, he's not going to be your true centerpiece in this style of game these days.
Chris the Mom, did you see how Russ eventually screened Wemby twice in a row to stop him from blocking Max's shot after a pass from Russ that led to Max's advantage? Hope Max learned from it. And from the 5-3-0, 8 rookies this year have scored 30 or more points, and all except for Will Richard have been in and out of the top 5 rookies this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, last night just felt like a training session. I'm just be honest.
Kind of a glorified scrimmage.
Honestly, that's what it felt like.
So it's not bad. It's just be careful about assuming that it was really good.
Right. And
nothing bad about it.
And I'm not going back to how I felt prior to. Like I said, it could be the Jazz. It could be a bad team. Last night, the level of compete went away so fast in that building. It wasn't an NBA game after the second quarter.
On the other hand, he may have all but clinched a spot on the all-rookie team.
Yes, and he should have.
Mm-hmm.
He should have. So, eight rookies. That's more than I thought, to be honest with you. So, and how many of those 30 or more came in blowouts?
I wonder if that's 8 different rookies or if rookies have done it 8 times and some of the like Knupple's done it more than once. I don't know. I'd have to check.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Derek Queen is putting up 30, but Knuppel, obviously, they mentioned Will Richard.
Cooper, maybe.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cooper.
But thank you for that factoid.
Yeah.
Now, as I was looking this up on The Athletic, that's where Law Murray does his work. I saw this. This is something they posted today. This may, in some ways, have applications to the Kings. Giannis Bucks at odds over whether to finish out the season, according to sources. With less than a month remaining, Giannis and the Bucks are at odds over whether the two-time MVP should finish out the Bucks' 14 remaining games. Sources say the Bucks have made it clear to Giannis everybody's better off if you sit with us 6.5 games behind the Hornets for the final play-in spot. The injuries have forced Giannis to miss 32 games this season, but league sources tell The Athletic that Giannis has informed the team he has no desire to cut his season short, even though I believe he's still injured.
Yeah, reevaluated in, I think, a week it's supposed to be? I don't know.
He's got a left knee hyperextension.
Yeah.
That's curious. Wouldn't you think he'd just say, I'm not even better yet. Let's do that.
Again, this is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't want to be the bad guy. Maybe he's saying things. Hey, I wanted to get back out there, but you just never know with Giannis. But these are the fringe teams. Obviously, the Kings don't play the Bucks again. But these are those fringe teams that are going to make some decisions, as we get closer to the end of the season. But it sounded like those 2 Warrior games at the end of the season, Dieter felt like we shouldn't worry because if the Kings don't feel like they're in a position to tank, then the Warriors and those ticket prices, hey, we can't just sell. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean I don't know that means Steph is coming back, but they don't want it to look as ugly as it's looked these last couple days with lineups that I don't know who anybody is besides Mr. Pajemski.
The interesting thing to me underlying this Giannis report is that it's a reminder, and I think we all know this, but it is useful to get the reminder. When a team shuts somebody down, that person they're shutting down has to go, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It depends. Well, that's not.
Unless you're Max
different.
Crosby, I guess.
Well, this is different, too, because I don't believe there's any surgery involved.
Right.
It would just be like if it was Keegan Murray, like a Keegan Murray type shutdown, which they haven't done yet. But
Giannis is still injured, not cleared to play at this time. An update will be sent when that changes, according to a team source. Left knee hyperextension on Sunday. And after the game, Giannis told reporters he thought he was fine, thought he could have returned to the game and would not need further imaging. Doc Rivers told reporters before Tuesday's game that the Bucks had their star go through an MRI on Monday to be certain. Good news was that it was really a good image. It almost sounds like he's saying, I'm good. And they're saying, we got to be really careful with this hyperextension.
Well, I do wonder, could it be a situation where he goes out there, tries to give it a go, and then he says, hey, I tried, and it's not feeling right. Then all of a sudden, man, Giannis did try, and we were out of it. I love that guy. I could see that. I could see that going down.
So you think Giannis is he's just kind of posturing?
Yes.
To put himself in the most favorable light.
That's all he does. That is literally all he does. But if it is, as far as the legitness of it, when it comes to Giannis and the Giannis sweepstakes this summer, people were talking about the Spurs, and look, the Spurs might win a championship, and this would all be a moot point. But are you really? How much are you giving up for Giannis? I know, obviously, the Kings aren't in that conversation. Well, we never know, but I can't give you 4 or 5 picks.
I'd be interested, but not if I had to give up Precious. Don't fill out your brackets until you hear this. Next, Sactown Sports.
Think you got the perfect bracket? Prove it. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge for a shot at $1 million. It's free and open to fans nationwide, so lock in your picks now at SactownSports.com/contest. Powered by Power Business Technology.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
It's time for the madness, and your HVAC system is in a full court press. Cold mornings, warm afternoons. Your heater and AC are battling, and your system is working overtime. Don't let your comfort get knocked out. Score Brower Mechanical's Madness BOGO Special. Buy a heating maintenance and get a free AC maintenance for just $89. Call 916-352-3113. Brower Mechanical. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In golf, a tee can refer to the area where you hit your opening shot on any hole, or it can be the little piece of wood or plastic that holds your ball off the ground so you can hit your tee shot. Now, if you're not already confused, let me try harder. In earlier times, golfers made tees from little heaps of sand, and the sand was kept in little boxes called tee boxes, which gives us the historical connection and gets us back to where we started. Various types of reusable tees were invented over the years, made of rubber, cork, or paper. But the first commercial tee like we know today was the Ready Tee, invented by an American dentist in 1921. It was white wood with red tops, so they were easy to find. Today's tees are made of wood or plastic and come in many colors, and there are anti-slice tees, friction-free tees, brush tees, flexible tees, and even biodegradable tees. I'm partial to a tee with contrasting color measuring points, so my ball is teed up the same height every time. Check your local pro shop for lots of choices. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
I just realized something that in some ways is unfortunate. You have your big birthday celebration this weekend.
That's right.
Yeah, and Saturday is actually the day, right?
That's right.
Because I was thinking, I forgot about that. You'll be antiquing in Napa with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a Styles birthday tradition. I don't know. But
not quite.
Dylan Cardwell is going to be at Emeren's store that day. And I thought, oh, Alan will be out at the store. Now, obviously, you won't be.
Oh,
Cardwell will be out there that day.
Signing
2 sports cards. Yes.
Signing
For
autographs.
you, probably sign whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Well, if you rip
exclusive interview, whatever you want.
A Dylan Cardwell card.
Yeah.
And then he signed it.
Yeah. He doesn't have any cards currently that are out, but there are some college cards that I think Emran has procured that he can sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be out there?
I'm planning to be out there.
Okay. Can you find me another? I got Paul Skeens last time. Let's see here. Can you get me I need a Bobby Witt. What about a Bobby
I'll
Witt?
see what I can do.
What about what's Aaron Judge doing these days?
Aaron Judge? Are you kidding me?
What's an Aaron Judge card going for?
His rookie cards, I think, are pretty valuable.
Okay.
You know what's interesting real fast? Because you talk about Mad Dog.
Yeah.
When he's so throwback. Like you talk about Aaron Judge. He's like, he's no Mickey Mantle. It's like, dog, there's been 80 years in between baseball stars. And
He's
you going
no
that
George
far
Herman,
back?
Babe Ruth. I'll tell you that right now.
Like, dude, what? Why does he always do that?
I think because he just starts going, and he's riffing, and then that's what's there.
Yeah.
That's really a
Well, why go back to Mickey Mantle when
that's what he's thinking.
Ted Williams.
Yeah.
there's so many people in between that wore a Yankee jersey that you could have went to.
That's the prism through which he views everything
no
he goes
Roger
on.
Maris.
He's no Mickey Mantle.
Like, what, bro?
He's no Whitey Ford, I'll tell you that. He pitched a complete game. He wouldn't come out on 6th inning.
Yeah. There's always what was it with Snell on the Rays?
Oh, don't get me started
that
on
was
Snell.
probably the
don't
one.
Don't get me started on Snell.
In the World Series. They used to throw 15 innings.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have fun without you on Dylan Cardwell Day, and you'll have fun on your birthday.
That's
obviously.
right.
Yes.
You guys will hold down the fort.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to make it out because I would have taken the Pokemon cards. Would that have been appropriate?
Of course.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if they'd been able to give you the time that that it requires, but
You drop them off and you call me.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I drop them off.
We'll get that done for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give him to Whitey. Whitey's a car park guy. He's already connected.
Yeah.
So what? You take care of? What do you mean?
He's the middleman. He's the bridge. He's the bridge.
So you get them checked out for me?
No. He's gonna hand them off for you.
Yeah, I could do that.
What do you mean hand them off?
Meaning you give it to him, he'll give it to Emran on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Emran
no guarantee if they're safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then is there a tracking device? What if I hit?
You might be better off just hanging on to him for a little bit.
I'll just do it myself.
Oh, we have first 4 action, right?
Well, this is women's,
that's
which
women's,
is
yeah.
actually in Sacramento.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, excuse me. They will be in Sacramento. They're at Duke right
Regionals,
now.
yeah. This
This
is
is the Sacramento division. They are
Yeah.
not in Sacramento yet.
Nebraska and Richmond. Yeah, there isn't there men's first 4 going on?
Yeah, there
right
will
now?
be.
Mm-hmm.
There will be.
Well, listen, you got to get your bracket in by tomorrow morning, right? For those who fill out brackets.
That's right.
Dieter Kurtenbaugh and I are like, yeah, we don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Prairie View Lehigh going on right now in the second half.
Okay, all right.
What's the score?
29-29.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't fill out your brackets until you hear this. Disclaimer, I know that when Jay hears this, my guess is he's going to go, man, and he's going to disregard it because it has to do with numbers and I think analytics.
Okay.
At Ken, I don't know how Alan's going to feel about it. At Ken Palm, where Ken Pomeroy has been tracking adjusted efficiency margins since 1997.
Oh, yeah.
There's a magic number that quantifies a truly elite team, and that number is plus 35. Now, my point here is, again, doubling down on what we talked about yesterday. Coach Lapis was with us on this. It just doesn't look like the tournaments are going to skew as upset heavy as they used to, because with NIL money, you've got more money invested in the better teams, and the better teams seem to do better. Last year, for example, all the number 1 seeds all went to the Final Four, which is only the second time that's ever happened. So this is another number suggesting that you might want to lean a little more chalky. Okay? So the magic number that quantifies a truly elite team plus 35. That means a team would be expected to outscore the average team by 35 points per 100 possessions. Okay? Only 10 teams have ever finished the year above 35. All have made it to the Final Four. Only 10 teams have finished the year above 35 in this ranking. All have made the Final Four. 4 were the number 1 seeds last season. Duke, Michigan, and Arizona are all above that mark this season.
Man. And they're all ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. suggesting, as basketball and sports, anything can happen. Missed shot, somebody falls out of bounds. But it does suggest that you should have the chalk out when you're filling out your bracket. That's all I'm saying.
I can do
no
that
guarantees.
I can do that on one of my brackets.
How many are you doing?
I have at least 2, maybe 3.
Now, to me, that's fine, but you forfeit the right to brag about any of your brackets.
That's not
If
true.
they're not the same.
Yeah,
they gotta
because
all be
you have
the same.
multiple ones.
Mirror.
No.
Yeah.
Mirror each other.
I was first place. What about the other one? I don't know.
How about this? If the one that you are doing well in or win, if it's a big money, if it's the biggest money one, then yeah, Like somebody hit me up to do a free one. I said, I don't got time for this. I'm not doing a free one. But if I won
Would
the
they
free
offer you
one,
like a free sandwich and a gift card or something?
not quite. But if I won the free one, I wouldn't brag about that. I'm only bragging about ones where I'm bringing home some diaper money. That's it.
Yeah.
Good diaper money.
I mean, no one's going to know. You say, yeah, I won the money. You did win the money.
No, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I won't talk it,
But
Jay.
to
I'm
me,
not
it's
talking about it.
It's a little disingenuous, frankly.
No, I'm not talking about it unless there's big money involved.
You have like 5 brackets and one of them hits like, yeah, look at me.
The chances of that still happening is fairly low. Winning one of these pools, if there's more than 10 people in it, that's still braggable.
Yeah.
You still brag about that.
What do you think, Jay?
About the statistics of Ken Pom or Allen's foolishness?
Okay, well, that answers that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The foolery that Allen is putting forth. Dude, are you going to mirror each one?
No.
Okay.
No, you got to sprinkle it. I'll tell you what, I always fall in love with a 3 seed. They always look sexy to me. A little different,
Hence why you've never won one of these yet.
The one time I picked the winner,
Yep.
Kemba, UConn,
UConn.
but I was broke in college, so there was no money. But I only did one.
That's funny because I picked them to win that year too, and I don't think I filled out a bracket.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't fill out a bracket.
Right.
Mine wasn't worth money.
Oh, you filled
Bragging
out a
rights.
bracket.
Yeah.
You have bragging rights.
we're
over me
all
'cause you
broke
filled out a
college
bracket.
kids. You know what I mean? No money involved.
At least put some trail mix on the line.
Hey,
Yeah.
some top ramen.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Ken Pom numbers?
Actually, I'm with that. Yeah. Ken Pom has been, if nothing else, Ken Pom, and I actually got to have a conversation with Ken Pom, but they've been spot on. They're, and one thing about the tournament,
And have been for years.
yeah, I was
right?
just
Yeah,
ready to say
yeah.
they've been spot on for a long, long time. Probably prior to, I don't even know when Ken Pom started. Maybe early '90s, something around
That
there.
sounds right.
Something like that, and they've been pretty spot on. But the one thing about the tournament is it feels like it's always chalky. You don't have one every 10, 12 years, like Allen says, a 7 or something drops in, or you get a George Washington or a Seton Hall or North Carolina State, Villanova, of course, 85. But more times than not, it's 1 or 2 for the most part.
Yeah, but last year was like antacid chalky.
True.
Yeah. With 4-1
It wasn't even. It was good basketball, but it
jumping.
wasn't,
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
Right.
I mean, remember what was their nickname? Florida Gulf Coast. What was their nickname? Something about Duncan. But Florida,
don't remember.
Yeah, Florida Gulf Coast. They were throwing alley oops to everyone. Man, those were the good old days.
Right. Where's the where who was that? Chicago? And she just
Loyola
passed
Chicago?
away.
Yeah,
Was it
Loyola Chicago.
What is it you like about the 3 seeds? Is that something that people filling out brackets should
It just
listen
feels
to?
a little different. You know what I mean? Like
I
everybody's
don't. I really
going
don't.
with the one.
I'm not saying you're
and
wrong,
the 2s.
but it doesn't make a lick of sense.
But it's a top seed, but it's not the highest
That
seed.
doesn't really help.
It's just a little wiggle to it. I got a 3 seed in there.
So who's your 3 seed you're riding this year?
I gotta pay. I gotta choose tonight.
If you right now, who are you leaning to? Like your top bracket, you're going all in.
Yeah.
Apples and oranges are on the line. You're trying to bring home a little fruit basket. Where
Yep.
you going?
Probably Arizona or Michigan. I do like
probably
that
Michigan for
Michigan
me.
got a couple elder statesmen on the squad. So I think I'm leaning towards Michigan.
Who's your
Axel Lindeborg.
Lindenberg? Yeah.
Is he a sophomore or junior? I think he's a
Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff plays in the tournament, fellas.
What about so pull up the 3s right now.
I got
Real
you at
fast,
3s.
real fast. Who's your 3s?
That stuff plays.
Who's the one to look
tournament,
for?
fellas?
What? Why? What?
Lindeborg, by the way, is a senior.
Senior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought he's a junior.
Let's see. I got. These some. Oh, yeah.
Mr. 3 seed is telling us, Jay, how to fill out our bracket. That stuff
Like you're filling out Michigan State. Now that, guys,
that's a 3?
That's a good 3 seed right there, fellas. I love Izzo at a 3.
Is that who you picking?
Well, yeah, I like him more than Illinois at 3. Illinois at 3. Honestly, fellas, you know I was born in Virginia. I can't stand University of Virginia. I can't. They're a 3. I don't know why. They're just boring.
I don't know if they have the offense to get all the way. That's a Sweet 16 team.
Oh, Lord.
And they will guard you, which I know you disregard.
Yeah, when rebounds, all that.
Yeah.
Gonzaga a 3? Oh, hell no. Yeah, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
That's the sexy
Ken Palm, lock it up. Alan said Ken Palm, lock it up.
Lock that up and zip it out.
Are you leaning it all towards St. Mary's even early on,
Come
or
on,
you
man.
just
Don't.
because of
What are
they,
they?
the way they disrespect?
Yeah,
each
no, I can't. I'm not even gonna watch.
Who will St. Mary's play?
If I'm at the establishment,
Are they Texas A&M?
They're playing Texas A&M.
Oh, man.
I'm purposely rooting for Texas.
That might be the one team I can't root for.
7 and a 10. St. Mary's is 7.
Yeah.
Nah, go. Hey, what are the Giga Maggies?
Yeah, I gotta go St. Mary's.
Giga Maggies. Yeah, I can't do that, man.
Oh, in that matchup though, you're going.
I hope it's not on when I'm at my establishment on Friday, enjoying myself.
Go Gales.
I won't watch.
I think Santa Clara might play Friday. I could have it wrong.
Well, I rock with Santa Clara.
Yeah.
My buddy's dad played baseball there. They're the 10 taking on Kentucky. And Kentucky, fellas, remember, number 1 in NIL. So
okay.
If Santa Clara, that'd be a very expensive loss.
Got some upperclassmen in Santa Clara. They can shoot it too.
Yeah, see, Santa Clara we rock with.
Is that where Randy Wynn went?
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
You're right.
ESPN just named their unsung hero for every NBA team. I think they got the Kings pick wrong. Tell you why next. Sactown Sports.
Think you got the perfect bracket? Prove it. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge for a shot at $1 million. It's free and open to fans nationwide, so lock in your picks now at SactownSports.com/contest. Powered by Power Business Technology.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
Drew Brees here. Whether you're on the field or on the road, having the right team on your side makes all the difference. I learned that the hard way. On the field, you don't go anywhere without a solid O-line. And when your car breaks down, you want that same kind of protection. That's why I trust CarShield. Their protection plans help you tackle expensive repairs so that you're not blindsided.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
2 words. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench? Relax. Screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But don't clench. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and next steps. Sponsored by Novartis.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
ESPN has just named their unsung hero for each team in the NBA. And I believe this was Slates who made the pick for the Kings. I think he got it wrong.
Okay.
I hate to say that about our guy Slates, but I think he picked the wrong guy for the Kings' unsung hero. Before we get to that here in the Drive, guys, I want to share something real quick. You know, yesterday, leaving work, I'm driving right out here, right? And Alan will know, I know if you're listening. So I'm just driving out towards the freeway. And you know, there's the place where a lot of cars congregate. Mm-hmm. And usually that's earlier in the day.
Yeah.
But people are crazy to get into that parking lot.
Right.
So I'm thinking that's why, because I was driving right by there. I wasn't going very fast, but I'm driving right by there. There's another car coming the other way, and there's a car in that parking lot getting ready to turn, and they're waiting for me. So just as I get even with that parking lot, the car that's coming in my direction just decides they're going to swerve into the parking lot. I don't know if they thought I was going in there.
Right,
I had no interest going in there. Just, you see the car coming just right in front of me, just left turn.
It's
right
in
front. I hit the horn, Alan, the brake.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, my goodness. I love hitting the horn, though.
I'm really good. You probably have, baseball player, really good instincts and quickness. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I hit that horn right away. I'm on that horn. I couldn't believe it, though.
Well,
how do you not see me coming when I'm just on the other side of the street?
It's a disaster. I don't even, I told you, when I enter now, I don't even go right anymore. I only go left. Because every time I turn, there's an 18-wheeler, there's a bunch of cars. So we leave that way, but I might just start leaving the same way. Mm-hmm. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's muscle memory after all these years now to go that way, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes you have a lot of people, and they're lined up when we come into work.
I can't do it.
They're lined up, and it's just 2 lanes, one each way, and they're, turning into the parking lot from both ways. And it's like, okay, sometimes I can wait. Sometimes you go all the way around, but this was just cutting right in front of me to go right in front of me in the parking lot.
No,
what is going on, Alan?
Yeah, based on what that place is, they're in a rush to get there.
That's the only thing I can think of.
And get out.
You're not getting my parking space. I don't even want your parking space.
No. I mean, it reminds me of like a Curb episode, because it's like, when you see somebody, an old sack or wherever it is, and trying to get this parking spot, if hey, this is, I got put my signal on. That when we got into the last time we went to Midtown Market, we lucked out. Not really, we weren't that close, but then I had to flip a quick U-ey, so I was kind of out of position, and a car came up behind me, thought I was leaving. No, let me turn on that signal. Mm-hmm. No, I'm getting in this bad boy. Mm-hmm. Keep it moving, Sparky. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Be careful.
Yeah, it's hot these days. Look, wait, who were we just talking about? The caller? Was it Raider Ted or somebody with the crash rates or the level of
worst
driver
traffic and
right?
Sacramento number 2, but again, we don't know nationally, the state or what. Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
know,
I think you may be right. The hot weather, people, even when it's really windy, people start driving strangely.
Somebody said, just say Costco. Well, it's not Costco, Sean. Sean Mahler. It's not Costco, Sean.
I wish.
We are near a Costco, but it's not Costco. I wish it was Costco.
That driver went to Kirkland Driving School, I'll tell you that.
Well, hey, good value.
You're right.
Good value for that bad boy.
You're right. Unsung heroes for each NBA team. Number 27, Sacramento Kings. Yeah, this is Anthony Slater. He says, in his rookie season, Dylan Cardwell has worked himself from way off the draft radar into a two-way bright spot for the Kings and eventually a notable part of their rebuild, earning a multi-year contract extension. He sprained his left ankle soon after he signed, joined the regular roster, missed 11 games. But he returned this past week, was a contributor in 2 Sacramento wins. He will get rotation minutes the rest of the season and profiles as the team's backup center next season. Anthony Slater. That's all well and good, and that's all accurate. But to me, the unsung hero of the Kings season is Precious Achiuwa. Because Precious Achiuwa, you have to think about, do we want to keep him? Could he start next year?
Yeah.
Do I have a legitimate front court if I have Precious Achiuwa and Keegan Murray? I don't know, but I might, and I didn't expect that in training camp.
There are a lot of candidates for this for the Kings, and that happens when 5 guys in your rotation haven't been playing for the last 2 months of the season.
Yeah, and if it's unsung heroes, well, when you've only won 18 games, none of your guys are very sung.
No. So it's not going to be Russ, even though that's probably good value based on his production.
He's very sung, yeah.
Yes. It's not going to be DeMar. I think it comes down to 3 guys, as you mentioned, Whitey. You have Dylan Cardwell, you have Precious Achiuwa, and then you do have Maxime Reynaud. But I think, to your point, we're not talking about the future per se. We're not talking about the best value or anything like that. We're talking about the player that nobody is really talking about, unsung hero. Everybody is talking about Maxime. Everybody was talking about Dylan Cardwell prior to injury, and everyone loves talking about Dylan Cardwell. So Precious Achiuwa is clearly the pick just because he is part of those young unks, right? But he's had really good games in moments against bad teams. He's had really good games in moments against good teams, and he now has kind of changed the outlook of that 4 position, even though you have DeAndre Hunter, even though you have Keegan Murray. So the fact that nobody is talking about him clearly makes him the pick to be your unsung hero. Again, it's about being unsung. So I can't say Maxime or Dylan Cardwell because everybody talks about them all the time.
Yeah, well, to me, you can't say Max because as the 42nd pick, he was, everyone was watching him, at least around here. Yeah, from Stanford. Oh, big French guy. He probably should have gone sooner. But Precious Achiuwa was almost an afterthought. He didn't make the Heat, right? He was back with the Heat after being with the Knicks last year.
Yeah.
And the Kings picked him up, and he might be a piece.
Yeah. I mean,
now you're going to accuse me of getting carried away, and you may be right, because I know it's hard to tell anything this year to the point you made earlier. But, I mean, he's playing well.
He might be a piece, or he might be out of here.
Yeah.
Somebody might say, you know what, we need that on our team. And some of the conversations that might come up this summer when it comes to, hey, he's got a bit of a 3-ball now. Offensively, he's been working in more things. We're still going to get him at a pretty decent value. We're going to have to pay him more money. He's earned himself a nice paycheck, but it's not going to be anything that breaks the bank. He is exactly the type of guy, to Dieter Kurtenbach's point, and that's up on YouTube now. You can check it out. It was a heck of an interview with our guy from the Mercury News. He is the stereotypical piece these days where you can get him at good value, but because you're going to get that level of production based on what we've seen this season. We've heard it from Austin Rivers. We've heard it from so many guys. The middle class of the NBA is gone. You can't give – a couple of years ago, Whitey, Precious Achiuwa probably earned himself a Malik Monk-type contract after this season, but nobody's paying that now. And you don't even want to pay Malik Monk that. At least other teams don't. So now you look at somebody like Precious Achiuwa who can do a little bit of everything, and you're probably going to get him on a pretty low deal. I don't think you're going to have to pay too much. He might still get priced out of Sacramento, but relatively speaking to whatever team you want to throw out there, it'll be worth it based on what they believe his level of production is going to be.
I give Scott Perry and the front office a lot of credit for, you go back to what this team looked like at the beginning of the year, and I know they haven't won a lot of games. Scott Perry himself has said, we haven't made the progress we hope to make. But they have a legitimate NBA front court now. Yeah. Remember, the front court early in the year is like, they don't have any forwards.
Yes.
And they've got options now, especially as you talk about Maxime, Nick Clifford, Precious, and Keegan. So I think
DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. So they've done, I think, some really meaningful things there. We'll see how meaningful they are. The other thing is, I think you have to give Precious Achiuwa a lot of credit because he's put up some decent numbers in the past, especially as a rookie. There was solid numbers with Miami. But this year, he's actually facing up a little more, and he's shooting a 3-ball.
Yeah.
Not great, but not horribly.
And
I didn't know that was part of his game.
I don't think it was. I think he came here. I think it's a combination of things. Good on Scott. It was a perfect storm. Scott Perry saw somebody. He did play with the Knicks, so he had, at least a couple scouting reports on him. And you have a guy in Precious Achiuwa who sees that the league is changing right in front of him, what he was doing. Yeah, he was highly touted at a high school, but the game is changing. You're not bigger and stronger than everyone. You're bigger and stronger than a lot of people, but you can't just bulldoze your way everywhere anymore. You have to diversify your game, and he ended up on a team where he can work on those things.
Yeah, he does seem like a guy who understands the assignment, right? Which is, I got a chance to show the rest of the league what I can do. This is a good opportunity for that. It's not a very good team, but this is my chance. And he's just playing with a lot of intensity, and he's very physical, and he's definitely taking advantage of the opportunity. I hope he really does like it here. He said some really nice things about Coach Christie and Sacramento. It'd be great if he stuck around.
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, I don't know, however many threes he's made this season, I don't think he's taking half of those. Let's say the Thunder, or let's say the Rockets. Hey, we're gonna bring Precious in on a minimum deal, right? He's gonna be Josh Okogie or whoever. I don't think he's doing any of that because the stakes are so much higher. He might feel more comfortable. I'm just gonna stick to what I was doing with the Knicks because that's why they want me.
Yeah.
He's getting an opportunity to, everybody got on D'Angelo Russell for calling it free basketball, but he's getting to play some free basketball. So good on him for taking that chance and not just sticking to what he knows he can do.
Mm-hmm. I will say in his second year, he made 36% of his threes, and that was at just over 2 a game. And this year, last few years, he's been at 27, 26, 28. He's at 33% this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's showing, that could be part of my game.
Well, how many was he what was he taking in those years?
He was taking 2.1 per game. Then he shot 36%. Yeah. And then he was at 1.3 per game, 1.9, 1.6.
Yeah.
And then this year back up to 1.3.
And we've seen that before when these guys that are kind of tweeners in a way, it really depends on their role. So the years that you're talking about, when he was on the Knicks, it was just find a way to get the ball to Jalen Brunson. And, hey, you're going to do the dirty work. You're, more center than forward on those Knicks teams. So it makes sense that he didn't really take those threes because that was not his role at all.
Yeah. He's been a solid player throughout his career. Not a star, hasn't started 382 games. He's only started 118, 46 of them this year. But he's been a good player. So I hope the Kings find a way to keep him, but it may be a matter of him going, thanks, but I don't really want to stay here, and I got more money elsewhere. So
I don't feel like he's going to stay simply because I don't think it's going to cost that much for him to be moved. And the Kings' financial situation is not great. We're all sitting here assuming, they're going to get off the DeMar contract and whoever, and they still have to pay Malik Monk $18 million, for 2 more years, $18 million a year for 2 more years. They still have a lot of contracts. Zach LaVine's probably going to opt in. So they're like top 5 or something like that in the money that they are spending right now. So they don't have the capability to get into a bidding war with Precious Achiuwa. For Precious Achiuwa, I don't think they should anyway. But you got DeAndre, especially now, if you wanted to have a bidding war conversation, then you shouldn't have traded for DeAndre Hunter. And I think Precious is more of a 4 than DeAndre Hunter and Keegan Murray. But it's too late now. You have both those guys on healthy contracts. So you have to move on from Precious. If there is, maybe there's not. Maybe as Chris the mom put it, absolutely agree about Precious. He can stay unspoken so no one can steal him from us. If nobody's thinking about him, maybe you get him on a good deal. But if people start kind of, I think right now, Whitey, in this day and age in basketball, it's like Billy Bean and Moneyball. They're all looking for the Precious type stories that they can then say, hey, we'll pay you a little bit more. We know the Kings can't pay you this, or probably just don't want to pay you that because of their money situation, and then he's plucked away.
Yeah.
Even if he happens to play less on that team, who could be a contender on some
The
level.
unappreciated resources, like the famous one with Moneyball, of course, was on-base percentage.
Exactly.
There's guys that are great at getting on base. It's really important, but other teams don't recognize it. Let's get those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found, speaking of statistics, I found a statistic that I've been dying to find. It's not totally up to date. This is only from, I think, March 4th. But I've been wondering, perhaps you have as well, whether Russell Westbrook to Maxime Reynaud, if that's one of the top duos, assist duos in the NBA.
You found it.
I found some of it. They're not in the top 10. Now, I don't know. I would also like to see percentage, like a percentage of Maxime's baskets that are assisted by Russ. I'll bet that's very high. I don't know. But would you like to guess, and we'll spend a lot of time on it, any of the top passer to scorer combos in the NBA? Again, this is through March 4th. I will tell you that there's 2 combos where it's the same 2 players, but switched one to the other. Both of them, both ways, ends up in the top 10. One guy is on here as a passer and as a scorer. There's a couple that are, probably pretty easy to get. But would you like to guess on any of these?
I know they've been injured, but not at the same time. I'm just going to take the easy option. Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Number 1 answer. Yeah. Jamal Murray to Jokic is the number 1. They have 127 assists. And Jokic to Jamal Murray is 4th.
Okay.
So Murray to Jokic, number 1. Jokic to Murray, number 4. Very well done.
After that, I'm trying to think of the good teams, but there's not a lot of big guard to big, because obviously Shea is there, but is Shea and Chet, do they have a relationship like that? Chet's on the perimeter.
Yeah, they're not in the top 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I'll just share it with you. Number 2 is Cade Cunningham to Jalen Duren.
Okay.
Number 3 is Jalen Johnson to Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. What about Luka and your boy DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, I mentioned Jokic to Murray. LaMelo Ball to Miles Bridges, number 5.
Yeah, they've been playing together for a while.
Number 6, Andrew Nembhard to Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
Just think if they actually played. Nick Claxton to Michael Porter Jr.
All right.
Cade Cunningham to Duncan Robinson. So Cade's on here twice as an assist guy. Tyrese Maxey to Joel Embiid. By the way, according to Tony Jones, Joel Embiid might play tomorrow night against the Kings. Dyson Daniels to Jalen Johnson. Luka to DeAndre Ayton. And Stephon Castle to Victor Wembanyama.
Stephon Castle is interesting. He's a really interesting player. But that list makes sense. It's a bunch of playoff teams. There's no, besides the Nets that were in there. But, yeah, I think what we're getting stuck on is not necessarily their point totals. It's just the percentage of Maxime's points. And the percentage of Russ's assists. That's where we need to dig. We got to get Kyle Ledbetter to do something.
Okay.
That's where we need to dig on this.
Yeah. You sure you want to open that Pandora's box?
Oh, I do.
You do? Okay.
Let him in. Let him in.
Now, the Kings' lottery odds could come down to this. Nobody can lose them all. There's a lot of teams here. You look at the teams that are towards the top of the lottery. A lot of them probably would love to lose every game. But because they are playing each other a number of times here, nobody can lose them all, which gives the Kings some opportunities to move up. Right now, it's Indiana 15 wins, Washington 16, Brooklyn 17, Sacramento 18. So these, if you care about that at all, appear to be the key games coming up here. You've got, coming up Sunday, Brooklyn at Sacramento. You've got on the 29th, Sacramento at Brooklyn. On the 5th of April, Washington at Brooklyn. And then on the 9th of April, Indiana at Brooklyn. So those are the only games left, if I did it correctly.
At Brooklyn.
The rest of the way involving the top 4 lottery teams, Brooklyn at Sacramento, Sacramento at Brooklyn, Washington at Brooklyn, and Indiana at Brooklyn.
Do they prorate NBA League Pass? Well, I just paid $15 to watch the end of this season.
They should call us. How much money do you want to watch this game?
Yes, we will make your numbers better. Just give me $15. I'll watch them.
Which is the one that you think should be the most affordable? Washington, Brooklyn, or Indiana, Brooklyn? Or Sacramento?
Washington, Brooklyn, Indiana, Brooklyn.
Washington or Brooklyn to me is like, oh.
No.
You got to be a real fan.
No, I think Indiana, Brooklyn. Washington still has some young players, right? Some top picks.
Right, and their defense is so horrific. Who knows? Somebody in Brooklyn might have a big scoring
Exactly.
night.
Igor Devin going for 40. See? Nick Claxton, triple-double.
So given where the Kings are and given this look at the upcoming schedule, there is still a chance for the Kings to move up if they are smart enough to play it right, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they are.
Yeah.
I know they're smart, but it's just about we're just not sure how they want to play it.
Yeah. Well, I think the Sixers, because Tyrese Maxey obviously still out, right? So I think the Sixers are an interesting one because it probably will be – it'll definitely be more competitive than the Spurs game. I don't know how much more competitive. But the Sixers, we talked about this earlier this week, they got a ton of injuries. So they might be getting Joel Embiid back, but you never know what's going on with that guy. So this game, Whitey, I think will be another good – and I'm not even doing this test anymore, Whitey, because I just think the Kings are going to play this thing straight up. But it'll be another conversation or another opportunity to see what the Kings are prioritizing these days. Because I think it will be competitive. Because the Nets game will be confusing because the Nets are so bad. This Sixers game is going to be competitive, and I don't know. Are they going to go back to what they were doing about a month or so ago when what they did last night, or was last night just, I will not allow DeMar and Westbrook to play in a game when we're down 40. So I don't know what's going to happen last night because I don't think tomorrow night's going to be that bad.
It's especially tough when you are shorthanded and when you're at home. If you have 8 players, it's hard to sit too many people.
Yeah. And the Clippers thing, I know it was homecoming for Russ and DeMar. I think there's a world where, yeah, you're trying to win every game, but I think there is a world where, hey, we owe it to these guys, and chances are we probably lose because the Clippers got Kawhi and they were playing well, but that didn't happen. They won. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit different. I'm just, double checking here. Actually, Whitey, on the Kings injury report, Nick Clifford.
What?
Questionable hamstring soreness. Okay, so this obviously can change tomorrow, but all the usual suspects besides, Malik Monk still, and it says questionable still, but all the the usual suspects, then you add in Nick Clifford. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and also we found out they confirmed that Drew Eubanks is done for the year, right?
Yes.
With surgery.
Yes, so more max minutes. Hey, by the way,
you got to get your guy PBJ.
I mean,
here tomorrow.
Right now it says out G League 2A. So I don't know what that means for tomorrow. Kelly Oubre. Now I'm telling you, Whitey. Joel Embiid. It still says doubtful. We'll see if that changes tomorrow. Paul George out, suspension. Tyrese Maxey out. Kelly Oubre out. So that's a lot of VJ Edgecombe. And
maybe the big fella.
Yeah. He's doubtful now, but they can obviously change that. So VJ Edgecombe and whoever else is running around. Oh, wait, what is it? Quentin Grimes. Remember he didn't get his money? Mm-hmm. Quentin Grimes running around. And here you go, Whitey. Justin Edwards, Dominic Barlow, Adam Bona. He's been on the team for a while. Mm-hmm. Marjan Beauchamp.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond getting 28 minutes. Kyle Lowry getting 18 minutes. And your boy Cam Payne getting 18 minutes. Whitey, this could get dicey. This could get dicey tomorrow.
If Kyle Lowry's playing, DeMar's going to want to play.
Oh, it's a homecoming. It's a brotherhood home. Oh, my goodness. This could get dicey tomorrow.
The Kings, if they win a couple more games,
I'm telling you.
They're lottery odds are not going to be as good as they could be.
I know they're the Nuggets, but they got smacked, 124-96. Smacked. I know they're the Nuggets, but I'm just telling you, what they're putting out on the table these days.
Mm-hmm.
They did beat the Blazers couple on Sunday, 109-103. So,
and Scott Perry, we trust, right?
Yeah.
Fire that tank up.
Yep. I don't know.
We still got places to get to in the tank.
We'll
and
see.
I'm confident we will get there.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity is stretched out before us. We will look at the opportunity for the NBA to expand and whether or not they really should be thinking about that. Also, somebody had to go to the dentist and apparently didn't go the way they hoped it would. I'm looking forward to that conversation next on Sactown Sports.
The madness is here, and so is your shot at $1 million. Enter the Sactown Sports 1140 Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge. It's free and open to fans nationwide. Head to SactownSports.com, build your bracket, and see if you've got what it takes. This contest is brought to you by Power Business Technology. For all your business copier needs, call 1-844-POWER-BZ or visit PowerCopiers.com. Don't sleep on this. Get your picks in now.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from ConsumerAffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, "After hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today!" Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words "switch today" in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Highway Patrol, Fox Family Heating and Air, and Tacovas. More info at CITPFest.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Mark and Tom, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Here with our weekly travel tip, Mark Hoffman.
The National Park Service has made a big change for the coming season. They've abandoned the reservation system they've used recently. That system made entry into parks like Yosemite easier because it spread out the daily arrivals, reducing lines and wait times, making a better experience for all. Now we'll go back to the previous free-for-all, but you don't have to be a part of the craziness. You just have to get out of bed. That's it. Those arriving in Yosemite or Sequoia or Lassen parks by 9 a.m. will find it much easier not only to get in, but to navigate. Think parking, concessions, etc. Just remember, if you're staying in the park, your room won't be ready until mid-afternoon. Same deal inside the park. Early risers will find a much different and better experience.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
You have to go to the dentist, Alan?
I did.
Okay. Everything okay?
Well, I was supposed to go to the dentist this week, but it's 6 months when you get your teeth cleaning. So 6 months ago, I was working a different time slot. So I called them and I said, hey, I can't go at 3 anymore. This was supposed to be sometime this week. Can I change it? And, a lot of these, everyone's taking care of their teeth these days, which is great. They said, hey, teeth cleaning, okay, we can fit you in June.
Oh.
Okay. And then yesterday when we were coming back from break, I got a call and they said, hey, we got an opening.
I remember that call. Okay.
Right. We got an opening tomorrow, 9 a.m. So I said, okay, drop the kiddo off and then I'll run over. Now, this is a very, how should I say this? This is a very modern dental place, right? It's in Natomas, very modern. It's very nice. They take care of you.
Yeah.
So they have two TV screens.
Let me do a quick time out. Sorry. Jay, who was the last person on the show to talk about going to the dentist? Do you remember?
Yeah.
The guy that used to sit there,
man,
right?
The Mercedes man.
Yeah. Again, you're just like,
no, but this isn't about.
Just be careful.
Oh, I know. I hear you. So there's 2 screens. It's very nice. They ask, hey, do you want to watch Netflix, right? So then there's a screen that you're staring at as you're sitting up. And then when you lean back, there's a screen up top. Like I said, very nice, right?
I've never said yes when they ask me if I want to watch
something. I always do. But this time was very quick, but sometimes they're taking, x-rays, whatever. So dentist was fine, no cavities. I'm all good. But I realized as I'm scrolling through Netflix, man, I got to be careful like what I put on because I don't want anybody judging me based on what I put on. There are a lot of like you're watching, the murder mystery things or like murder documentaries and people are locked up in jail. And so I had to be very, and I just never thought about that. I'm scrolling through and I probably scrolled through half of the cleaning just trying to find something that was, I don't want anyone to judge me if there's a random, like you said, like an intimate scene. I mean, that's awkward. So you have to find something appropriate to watch. So I landed on Ancient Mysteries from like 2024 because I'm thinking I don't want anything to pop up and she's cleaning my teeth. And, whoa, what the heck is this?
Yeah, that was what he's talking about, Jay, is I was just telling Alan, years ago, one of my daughter's friends came over for a sleepover, and I think they're, pretty religious because we went to a Catholic school, and that's how my daughter knew the young lady. And they were maybe 6th grade or 7th grade, and, I thought, well, they like movies. Watch a movie, and you guys want to watch Jerry Maguire? And they're like, yeah. So I put Jerry Maguire on, and I forgot there's a scene in there with Kelly Preston where, her and Jerry Maguire are going at it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, and I had to turn it off. And, she's saying things very graphically. And that was okay. I was like, sorry about that. But then I felt like I could do nothing and hope it doesn't come up. Yeah. But if I don't say anything and then she mentions to her parents, then I'm really cooked. Yes. So I gotta, the next day, hey, just so you know, and I had to tell them what happened. Yeah. And we're friends to this day. It was many years ago. Everything was fine, but it was, man, how could I have been so stupid and not realize that scene is in that movie?
No, you gotta.
It happened.
Yeah, they might be like automatic edits these days where maybe there's an edited version of a movie that just skips over it.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking.
It was bad.
Yeah. But that's what I was thinking, because there's no sound. They just have the captions on, which is good. But I'm thinking I got to be careful. And I'm not, a weirdo, but just anything, like you said, you put on something, anything out of context could not end well. Like you're talking about Daredevil. I'm sure you pop on the wrong scene in Daredevil.
Right.
But even, the violence stuff, it's like, oh, is this guy like into violence? So I landed on Ancient Mysteries. I didn't watch any of it.
Mystery.
The last
you know what the mystery was that they were dealing with in that particular episode?
It was, I think, the Mayans or something. I don't know. The last time I went in there, I got started on the polo. You know how they do all those documentaries, and I complain about all the documentaries like Receiver and all that? Well, there was a polo one about this group in Florida. They all play polo. They're trying to become pro polo players. So I got hooked on that, and I watched it. I figured that was safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the last time I was in there, I started, what was it, Jay? Sprint on Netflix when they were getting ready for the Olympics. That was great. But now I'm stuck because all I see is Receiver, the Olympics one, the quarterback one. I'm thinking, I don't want to watch any of this. And then I'm going through the normal shows, and I'm thinking, I don't know what's gonna pop up. And then I see I am a killer. I'm like, whoa, I can't put that on. So I land on the Ancient Mysteries, and I was thinking about Whitey. I was in there for only about 35, 40 minutes. I took 25 minutes picking something, then did not. I'm just staring, and I was out of there, man.
They probably did judge you.
Yes.
Who picks this show?
Yeah, it's like that guy.
He could pick any show, and he picks Ancient Mysteries.
This guy.
Boring.
Yeah. First of all, this guy scrolled through for about 25 minutes, which I found odd. Just pick something.
Right, what do you think was on there that he didn't want to watch?
And then after
what was on there that he didn't want us to see?
Then once he picked something, it was so random. It was as if he doesn't really watch that. He
Yeah,
just wanted
something's
to think
funny
that.
about that guy.
Yeah, they definitely were thinking that guy's kind of a weirdo. Maybe we don't offer him Netflix.
Watch out for that, Larry.
Well, maybe we don't offer him Netflix next time. I didn't know what to do, man. So I don't know if anybody else has been in that situation. Okay. So, someone says 916. I was donating plasma, and I was watching Wolf of Wall Street. Big mistake.
Uh-oh.
Big mistake. Nurse checked on me right when.
Yeah.
I felt like I can't.
I think I know which scene.
You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful.
Jonah Hill scene, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple in that movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. There's a couple in that movie. You got to be careful.
There are.
When in doubt.
Think about it, there are a number.
Yeah, Ancient Mysteries. Or a sports documentary. And then, I had the cooking shows, but what if I like it and now I have to rewatch with my wife because we like the cooking shows.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to start a cooking show because I want to pay too much attention to the cooking show.
Okay, try this segue on. Well, here's a mystery. Why is it that with all the problems the NBA is having, they're talking about expansion, Alan?
That's a senior segue. That's a 3.6.
Anything over a 3 at this point, at this stage of the game.
It's a 2.9.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's a 2.9.
But the NBA has all these problems with tanking and the officiating and injuries, and now they're talking about adding 2 more teams. Should they?
From what I've read and what I've heard, people don't think it's a good idea. I mean, if you think about Seattle, right? Obviously, I saw GP2, Gary Payton II, not Junior. He said, I would request a trade immediately. Now, GP2, for where he's at in his career, I don't really know if Seattle, how much they'd be into it. But the point of it is, let's talk about Zach LaVine, for example. Zach LaVine from the Washington area. What if Zach LaVine said, actually, I want to go out there too? And, he's only got 1 more year on his contract. But ultimately, Seattle would be another small market. Vegas is interesting to me. We still don't really know what Vegas is as a sports market.
By the way, to that point, Fenway Sports Group, according to The Athletic, LeBron James' business partner since 2011, is not currently interested in pursuing the likely expansion opportunity in Las Vegas. A source not authorized to speak said the investment firm was out on NBA ownership in Vegas because of the expected cost. The league is reportedly seeking expansion fees as high as $8 billion per team. So, no, a lot of people have thought LeBron retires. He goes into the ownership group with Las Vegas. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, at least not now.
So it's just because the price is a little spicier than they initially thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of people think he's been looking at that that opportunity for a long, long time now.
Yeah, would he immediately turn into, just by proxy, the Jerry Jones of the NBA? Nobody would pay attention to any owner the way they would pay attention to LeBron James.
Yeah, I have to think that LeBron, I could be wrong here, but, very mindful of his place in history, and he's always been up against Michael, right? Mm-hmm. Michael wasn't very good at that part of it.
Right.
So I'll bet you LeBron would love to be very good at that.
I don't know, so far.
And putting together a winning team.
Yeah, so far he's had an affinity for people that he's either related to or likes. So I don't know if he can be, I don't know if he can look at things from a clear perspective and, hey, I don't have any connection to this player, but I think he's good. Obviously, LeBron knows the game, but I think it might get clouded a little bit because, well, I like JJ. I like JJ Redick. The Bronny thing I didn't really have a huge problem with like everybody else, but, the guys that they bring on to the team, I don't know. I mean, if you're arguing he constructed the Cavs and the Heat, they did win championships, but LeBron ain't playing no more. Prime LeBron ain't on that team.
There's one more reason why a lot of people say expansion is a terrible idea for the NBA, and we'll tell you what that is when we come back and wrap things up on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the Declaration of Deals sales events?
We're pledging our allegiance to deals and savings. Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs, or save thousands of finance charges with 0% financing for 60 months and up to $9,000 Hoblet discount.
Wow, 0% and up to $9,000. That's pretty amazing.
We're here to help you save on your next new truck. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, your perfect Ram is waiting. And if you didn't hear, the iconic 5.7-liter Hemi is back. We have over 60 available with 40 in stock.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after $57.94 factory rebates, $82.06 Hoblet discount, and $1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership. Rebates include $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. 5 at this net savings, 0% for 60 months. Must finance through SFS for well-qualified buyers in lieu of all rebates. $16.67 per thousand borrowed. See dealer for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at MyElkGroveChevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work, trucks, and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs. We have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit MyElkGroveChevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. MyElkGroveChevrolet.com. Driving business forward.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We take you up to Golf to Go. You're going to be tuned in even more keenly than usual with your big golf weekend coming up?
Yeah, we're playing. It's a 9-hole. We're playing it twice. It's called Vintners. And it's one of those where, I mean, right from Jump Street, Whitey, you're teeing off, but straight away looking at you, you can't get there in one shot. So it really kind of starts your day in an interesting way.
Was it like a par 5 or something?
No, it's just a par. It's short after that, but you start off.
Yeah.
And if you look straight, you're looking at a bush like maybe 250 feet away. Then to the right by like 30 feet is a cutoff where it's a ravine, and then basically you have to hit it to the right and then hit it over, and then you're on the green. But that hit over, technically, if you were to hit it properly, you'd be on the green in 2.
Huh.
So it's short, but you basically don't take your driver for the first shot, hit it short of the ravine, and then chip it right there onto the green.
Mm-hmm. So, where's this at?
That's like Cherry
This
Island.
is at Vintners in Napa.
Okay.
So
Guerneville Part 2.
That's right. So it kind of either gets you on the right track early and you think, oh, I just barred that, or it can mess up your scorecard quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I haven't played Cherry Island in a long time. That's a local course, but I remember playing there with David Sutherland, and it would drive him crazy. It's a nice course. We played there a lot. He would say, that first hole, it's like 7-iron 3-wood.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So, especially me, because you're right along the path, and, my slice baby, it's not. And it's tough.
Keep that elbow in, Alan.
Yeah.
Don't chicken wing it.
Elbow in, it's going to go in, just like hoops.
And what is so you're playing 2 different 9s?
No, the same 9
twice. The same 9. Why?
That's what you do on a 9-hole if you want to play 18.
Because there's 15.
Sometimes are the tees different the second time around, or you just?
I think I think we can make it. But the problem is, there's 15 of us.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find, the real deal.
Gotcha.
And no disrespect to Vintners, it's a great 9-hole.
Yeah,
so it was just easier to do it this way.
Anything else you're doing in Napa?
We're going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Have we found any nightlife yet?
Well, that's the thing. Unlike Guerneville, with the 6 of us, I felt like I could take control.
Right.
But for this one, I'm more of a what's Kendrick Perkins say? I'm a passenger. I'm not the bus driver here. I'm not even in shotgun.
That bothers you, huh?
Well, I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to preemptively do it. I'm going to get there that night and say, okay, what's popping? And if they're just planning on chilling, like maybe they went out Friday, I'll say, okay, well, I'm going to do my own Aaron Rodgers, do my own research, and then we're going to get active. That's what I'm saying, Jay. We can get out there.
Here's one more reason why some people say the NBA shouldn't expand. They've talked about it. It's not official that they're going to. It's possible that if they do expand, it'll only be one team. Although right now they're suggesting and indicating it's going to be Las Vegas and Seattle. The last time the NBA expanded, do you remember? This crossed me up a little bit. It was actually the Charlotte Bobcats who became the Hornets.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Bobcats, in their first season, they won 18 games in the first season. They averaged 29 wins in the first 5 years. They posted a winning record in year 6, and the franchise has yet to win a playoff series in its 20 years of existence. So some people are saying you're going to water down the league, and you've already got teams that aren't even trying to win. And if you add 2 more teams, the product is going to suffer. There aren't enough good players to add 2 more teams.
We've started to hear that more and more. And we were just talking about UConn, Kemba Walker on the Bobcats.
Yeah.
So look, Whitey, as we bring that up right now, the Brooklyn Nets are playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's halftime. Whitey, it's 60-24.
No, it's not.
It is 60-24. The Thunder put up 28 in the first quarter, 32 in the second. So this is what people are talking about.
It's what?
It's 60-24.
At halftime of an NBA game?
Whew. Yeah. So that's why people are saying, man, you're adding 2 more teams. Even if you want to argue Vegas could end up being a big market and could get some free agents, just the amount of talent, right? I'm sure there's a college player out there thinking, great, more opportunities. But, the amount of talent that's out there at the level that you needed to truly compete, not to do whatever the Nets are doing, but to truly compete, they're the 0.1% for a reason, guys. So
that to me is a bigger reason. Not necessarily that there aren't enough good teams. That's important, but just tanking is such an issue that the league is having. They've got a lot of issues. All leagues have issues, but they're just having too many issues right now, serious issues for me to think that it's a good idea to just add 2 more teams. Now, again, they haven't really been specific about when they're going to necessarily. Maybe this is a trial balloon, but the league is in no shape right now, in my opinion, to be adding 2 more teams.
No. And
You got
again,
that going on.
Yeah, I wonder once the nostalgia of the Seattle Sonics, maybe doesn't go away, but even still, okay, a bunch of players from the Washington area want to go back there, but in 5-10 years, you're looking at another fairly, not tiny market team, but it's the tier that we always talk about. You're not New York or.
You said that earlier, and they have a hockey team, and they have a football team, and they have a baseball team.
Yeah, but I'm talking about destination. It rains all the time. I know Kayla's
expensive.
I know Kayla's going to be very upset with me, but
she's from Tennessee.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, as far as, hey, we need to be in a position to get a top pick because we can't get free agents. Okay, sounds like the Seattle Sonics are in the tank with us now too.
Well, the big issue, not to get lost in the weeds, the big issue there, it has been a destination for players because they haven't had income tax, and now
that's what you were saying.
Yeah. They voted to implement an income tax, but it doesn't go into effect for a while. But it's bad news for like GMs and agents. And the GM of the Seahawks said, agents should tell me I can't use that as a selling point anymore.
Right, because it's going away.
Yeah.
So it's for sure going away.
It's been approved, and then, there's various steps before it actually is enacted. But I think it's supposed to be enacted in 28 or 29. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some contracts coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Better start checking it now.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Mariners, 8 days until spring training. Alan says 7. Which greats wore number 8? Jay, this is maybe the most impressive list of guys wearing one number we've had.
You said that yesterday.
I know, but you tell me. That's because yesterday we had, it was Roger Maris and Reggie Jackson and Ted Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joe Morgan.
Ooh.
Gary Carter.
Ooh.
Guy named Bill Dickey was a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah, Bill Dickey.
Yogi Berra.
Yogi B.
Willie Stargell.
Pop.
Carl Yastrzemski.
Ooh, yes.
And Cal freaking Ripken Jr.
My Lord, man. That rate is lit, huh?
Everyone says, Cal. It's got to be Cal. It's got to be Cal.
Slow down.
That's Iron Man.
Slow down.
He probably should have taken a day off now. I know no one wants
That's what they say now.
He saved baseball.
He did.
You know what? He probably should have taken a day off.
He did.
And he wouldn't have been hitting like 264.
Don't ever talk about Cal Ripken Jr. It's the Iron Man.
Take a day off, huh, White?
Yeah, you need that.
You need a break here and there, right?
No.
The dog days.
There's some funny stories about all that too. They're probably not true.
Man, that is a lineup.
To me,
oof.
Willie Stargell jumps out, but I think
say
it's
Pop.
little Joe. Joe Morgan was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'd say Pop for me.
Yeah?
But I mean, yeah. I mean, all of them are good answers for the most part.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Joe Morgan, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Joe Morgan, I actually went to high school, all boys school, but across the street we got Crondelet. His daughters went to Crondelet, so I don't know them too well, but we had some classes together, and I got to meet Joe Morgan, so I'm not.
What's the name of the school?
Crondelet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Academy?
I think I just
Something in
Crondelet
that
High
nature.
School.
Okay, got it.
Jane Appel went there. A lot of big names went there. So I'm not objective in this.
Do you know that the Celebrity Golf Tour, it's called a Celebrity Golf Tour, but it's mostly sports celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
They had an event here at Granite Bay. I think the first one was around, I think it was 98. It was called the Joe Morgan Classic. And our station, a station I was at the time, we did some things out there. And Joe Morgan was out there for the press conference, and there was a picture of him swinging golf clubs, and he's right-handed. So I asked him, well, Joe Morgan.
Yeah.
With the elbow flap and everything. If you watch baseball, then Joe Morgan was left-handed. So I asked him, why are you playing golf right-handed? He said, well, when I was growing up, we had one set of clubs in my house, and my dad said, if you're going to play golf, you're going to learn to play right-handed.
Yeah.
So he did.
Huh. I've heard that before with people.
Yeah.
One glove or whatever it is, but that's impressive that he, obviously once he started, once he was, successful, got put in a different situation, he didn't say, let me switch back on over.
Oh, yeah. That is, yeah.
Yeah. But I got this. I got the next great 8. And look, he wore it in preseason or spring training. I don't know if he will. Bryce Eldridge.
All right.
He's going to be wearing 8. And, Jay, how about this? Speaking of 8, on August 8th.
Uh-oh.
The Giants will host the club's next Wall of Fame ceremony.
Okay.
Featuring World Series champion inductees Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, Joe Panic, Buster Posey, and Pablo Sandoval. Come on, Jay. I'll get you tickets. We're out there, baby.
Question. I like him and all. How does Joe Panic get in there?
That one double play. Play.
Yeah.
Gets him in.
Maybe he was the only one available.
That's right. Third comment. Joe Panic.
Right.
Really? They're all in there, baby. So we'll be out there.
So they're honoring the whole team, though. But those are the representatives?
Those are the guys that are going to go in the
They're
wall.
going in. No, I think they're just saying these are the guys that we're putting on the Wall of Fame. And they're all they're all world champions. Not a specific team.
Joe Panic's going to be in the Wall of Fame for the Giants?
Yeah, people are People are a little confused.
Yeah, I don't know about
There are a lot of comments. Joe Panic?
Where's Sergio Romo?
Was that like when you're alternate for the Pro Bowl or something and they can't find anybody?
They're going to get who is available. They'll get the rest of them. Don't worry.
What's the story again? Remind me one more time. Someone with someone that got into the All-Star game. Who was it?
Garcia goes to the All-Star game. And they say, you can bring somebody.
Yeah.
He says, okay, I'll invite my wife. She's I don't want to go to that. So he goes to Alfredo Griffin, his double play mate. He goes, why don't you come to the All-Star game? Okay. Day of the All-Star game, Alan Trammell's like, I can't play. Hey, Alfredo Griffin's here. You're an All-Star. And he
was he on the Blue Jays at the time?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
That's how you make the All-Star.
That's Joe Panic right there.
No, come on now.
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Stick around. Golf to Go is next on Sactown Sports 4 Left.